I've been tossed overboard.
I'll have to bill you extra for my time.
Welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does one even shop for a suit when you're...
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take, they know a boss is.
Blazing the whip, gotta vanquish the needs. My kingdom for some poppy seeds. Yo.
Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay!
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Thought your lies were solid. To the cracks, let daylight in. Thought you were ballin'. To the pay piggy, stop hitting sin. You thought everyone was sleeping while you creeping that stash. Figured you was solid in those wallets, skimming that cash. 56,000 dropped by one donor. And when asked, you said me, I'm the owner. That's fraud. You ain't fit for Danny's man drive-through. Whole timelines clocking your crew. Receipts on deck, let's count the ways. A bench, a barn, a fence, a verbal maze. You pretend to help like you're right, but all you do is out of spite. Now the world sees you and you're stressing. All those blue lights got you guessing. No, not all monsters are fairy tales. Some set online broadcasting fails, and that's you. One day soon, no more pretend. And when it does, the thieving ends, hopefully behind bars. You broadcast good deeds for the clout and the likes, but that umbrella guy pulled up with the mic and the spikes. Means hitting harder than your fake ass fence. Every donor screenshot got you playing defense. You said better life for the kid, straight face, no shame. Now the kid's still waiting and you still in the game. Timeline flip, pitchforks in the chat. You stressing in the DMs, deleting this and that. Then he's drive through, too rich for your kind. Now you're running from the comments, losing your mind. You thought the internet would forget? Now we got receipts. Every dollar you flipped, every lie you delete. Barn never built, bench never laid. Fence still missing, kids still in the shade. That umbrella guy live, calling you out by name. Memes circulating faster than your shame. You stole from the kind, from the ones who believe. Now karma got heavy bass and she's about to leave. No more pretend, the thieving gotta end. Behind bars or broke, either way you decide. representing that umbrella guy.
What's up, folks? Welcome to Sunday, a very special Sunday edition, by the way. Welcome to all of you, and happy Easter, man. You know what? We're actually doing much better than I thought. We're close to 1,000 so far. We're moving along, and we have a special guest today. Somebody that has been digging through the information, and my God, there's a lot of it. Miss Tina. What's up, Tina?
Happy Easter. He is risen.
Indeed. You know, like I tell people too, you know, if you don't have a place to hang out, you always do, for sure. You don't ever feel like that. So, yeah, I noticed we already got Lynette posting about Easter, and of course, it had to be about Jeremy. Of course. You know,
of course.
In some way.
She's obsessed.
Oh, it's so crazy. Look at this. This is this is that post. Look, we got a he is risen here, and look, it's like, it's sad. We do not even get to have a peaceful Easter without being stalked and filmed on Easter. You know, with I'm like, you can't even focus on it.
She tries so hard to be important.
Oh, Lord.
With that little posting, can I just hit on something real quick?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what I've been going through, and I'm not going to call their prayers how they're praying to a certain demonic figure, because things just haven't been going the best. But for those of you that sent prayers for my granddaughter, she's home doing much better, and I appreciate that and love you for it. I would prefer they not pray for me, because obviously they're not praying to the right God. Don't weaponize religion with me, because it's not going to work.
Yeah, they're not. I think when you put spikes on a glove and smack someone in the face, that's not a prayer, you know, and that's what these people try to do every single time. You know, they
don't weaponize the Bible. I mean, who are you? My God that I worship is not going to do harm to anyone. So they just need to stop the religious stuff.
It's just the whole I'm the victim thing anyway. You know, I'm the victim. And like, well, the courts didn't think you were. So, you know, and we found out something very interesting last night. Did you hear that the money is gone?
Wonder where it went.
Wonder indeed. Well, apparently it went to all the projects, huh? We actually have, yeah. So, Mark, by the way, props to him for this. I thought this is a good lead-in for, you know, a lot of stuff we will talk about today. But here's their own words, so they can't say we're misquoting. As far as money that came in for all those projects that have to do with Michelle's barn or Christmas or fence, forget it. It's done. It's done. And when a project is complete because the money ran out, you'll see the completion of it. What? It's all gone. Don't even worry about it. It's all gone.
So
all
Michelle
that money.
got that Christmas card finally. I bet she hadn't got that Christmas card.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of Christmas cards and a lot of other things that didn't pop up. You know what I mean? But we're hearing now. Like first we hear that everything they gave was gifts, and those gifts they're not obligated to do anything with the money. They don't have to spend it the way that was said. Now they're saying, oh, that money, well, yeah, the money's gone because, well, some of the projects got done. It's like, are you kidding me? And I mean, again, I went over last night, by the way. I don't want to run through everything that I discussed last night, but as part of it, you know, they were very much talking about how this money was gifts, not donations, nothing. It was voluntary gifts.
She's full of baloney, Because that is not what she said every night on those streams. It was donations. It was go sign into Amazon and donate for Christmas and donate a gift card for a fence and donate for this. And Lisa, you need to read the dictionary.
You know, something we have not been including in any of these funds, by the way, that brings up is the wish lists. You know, when you look at how much stuff was put on wish lists and was bought by people, we have no idea how much of that actually went in either. Like what exactly was delivered, if it was.
Well, she had a big wrapping party that Thursday. She live streamed it from all the stuff that came in from Amazon.
Yeah, but they're not telling you like, here is every item that came in. And some of that stuff definitely was not kid, items.
I mean, John got Timberland boots. I mean, they're not cheap.
No, there was all kinds of stuff that was in there that I thought, that's kind of crazy. You know,
Whether
and we
she wants to admit it or not, what she did was a fundraiser. She can call it what she wants to call it now. She was calling it a fundraiser back then from a PR team. And she can't change it. The past is the past.
Well, they also can't go in and say, well, we gave a project and therefore all the money, whatever happens with it, don't ask where the money went,
Well, unfortunately for her, the bankruptcy court's going to ask, and I'll be happy to.
Well, it's funny. I've been looking at, so I've been talking about this a little bit, and you made some pretty freaking good notes of conversations.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I mean they're good. They're well, let's pull. I'll pull one of them up. Okay. just to talk about this.
And let's give folks a background. So, I am not AI. I am in fact a human being.
What?
Yeah, I know, crazy, isn't
it? What's going on?
I am not AI. I am not hip, I guess the word would be, to today's technology. However, I began working at the age of 14 in the office capacity. I graduated from the Washington School of Secretaries and have a degree from the University of Miami. I worked on Capitol Hill. I am very well versed in an executive admin role. So, when you're talking to me, my hand can take notes that nobody else can decipher. Trust that. But I know what they say.
Yeah, it took a minute. There's a lot of shorthand, and I know a decent bit of shorthand, and then people have their own shorthand they'll throw in, and these were very, very extensive. Well, one of the things that was telling too is you jotted down shorthand on some of those messages that had been left, the ones on Facebook, and those things. When looking at those and comparing, it's like, damn, because you've just gone in and jotted them at the beginning and then I guess filed it away with all this other stuff, and you had like a 99% accuracy. It's like, holy crap, so these conversations are, they're pretty
I'm
good.
old. 99's not good enough.
Well, what's crazy in here, it's interesting how many profane words and everything else that she uses when she doesn't use profanity. I mean, so this is a conversation. This, in laying it out, you can tell this is right after the got a raider coming real quick. Give me a second. Hey, what's up?
Hi, Buck.
She can't hear it all.
Oh.
Yeah, she can't hear anybody. Hey, were you making stuff?
I was over here was my first actual. Oh, it was a hole. I built a little.
Yeah, you built your little place.
Yeah, this is my little place.
Whoa, you're in attack. What I do? Get out of here. Here, take it with you. Go.
I'm getting tagged by Skeleton for Minecraft.
She got for the Switch. I got her a game, and she was showing it to me, and while she was showing it to me, she got attacked by something.
This
it's
is
like no.
my wheelhouse. This is my wheelhouse.
Oh, well, how you can show it to me
I
later.
was trying to make a chicken because there was 2 eggs, and they get in chicken.
Have you had a good Easter so far?
Yes.
You got your, well, of course you went to church. You got your Easter baskets and everything. You got your new game. It's going pretty good, huh? All right, we'll take that in there.
And Sissy got her new thing.
I know, she got her new thing too. She got a button maker, which is awesome. You want to tell everybody Happy Easter, by the way?
Happy Easter, everyone. Have a good Easter.
That's right. Yeah, okay. Well, you go. They think that's cute. All right, go do your thing.
Hello.
Yep.
She's adorable.
Yeah, no, she is. She's a cutie. All right, hey, go upstairs though. I know you're a cutie. I heard you. She said, I am a cutie. I'm like, yeah, you know it.
Laura B had a question for me. I just glanced up and I didn't even realize the chat was there until I looked at the screen. She wanted to know if I could translate Lynette's posting is. I don't know. I haven't seen any postings. I haven't been on. I've been busy the past 24.
Which posting? Like which posting, Laura?
It was on one of the comments, a posting she wanted me to translate from Lynette.
Sorry, I was guiding traffic up the steps. I was like, up the steps. Yeah. Well, what did she get in her basket, by the way? Well, she had plenty of candy, some chocolate Easter bunnies. She had, what are they? Peeps. She had some other types of, she had candy that, I mean, just every type of candy you could think of. Actually, she didn't have a basket. She had 3 baskets because between what I got her and what other people had sent to, she ended up, I picked up like gigantic baskets. I couldn't fit it all in. And she had basically 3 of them. But she had a bunny that was made, very cute. Somebody had made for her. They made one for Sissy as well. She had a little basket as well. And I got her, for me, instead of getting her a stuffy, since she already had all of these bunnies and stuff, I got her a ghost face, from Scream. Because nothing says Easter like Scream, right? No, that's her favorite thing, though. She has a ghost face cup she runs around with, so.
Well, she has some dinosaur chocolates coming from me, and that box that I'm sending, I found a Disney. Can I send her that Disney horror movie? What's it called? Something Witch Mountain.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. As long as you say it's okay, Dad.
Yeah, of course.
And I found the other book that was missing out of the Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. That's in the box too. So she has the whole collection now.
All right. The oldest has been getting into more, harder fantasy, I'm going to say. So
yeah,
she'll like all that.
Cool.
Yeah. So this conversation here, now this, again, we've talked around the edges of it somewhat, but it was interesting to find out that there is a and when I say very, now again, if there are errors in this, they're my errors. And then if I also put everything that I had stated. I mean, they're good. Like you even have like his law firm. She's trying to guess at, and I mean everything in here. But okay, because of this conversation, when it came up, we found out about the payment. See, this is something that Lisa tried to hide and would have hidden if somebody didn't have a big mouth. You know what I mean? Because Lynette had a big mouth. She tried to hide the fact that the money was actually paid out by Lisa. You know, they lied about it for the longest time. They just flat out lied. Then they started to go into the, what does it matter if it was? Do you ask how Bruce paid for his? You know, that's when you knew they were busted. But this is the actual conversation. And I believe it branches out. And so it's 10 pages, word pages, the way I have it spaced. But there are a lot of conversations that go like this. There's also, so there were voice clips that you had been given as messages. You know, they were Lynette.
Facebook text messages.
Now, one of them, when you popped those over, I kind of got a feel for why maybe you would get tired of dealing with Michelle, because I got to the one where she was just dressing you down, calling you a traitor, and second guessing you and stuff. And this, I hate to tell her, but that's the kind of stuff that motivated you to talk about things. It's not the stuff. Yeah. So you want to? Let me
tell you. Let's touch on that, because I told her, and everybody on this page, y'all never saw me posting in any groups or anything from the period of August through December. You never saw me post about Michelle. You never saw a post about Tug, Megan, Shizzy, anybody at all, ever. No chats. I was never in the chats on the live streams, because I did not want to go into the Facebook groups and create a false memory in my head. I wanted to hear everything out of her mouth. Everything that I notated is from her mouth. No outside influences, except for John. But I told her when we first started talking in August, I said, I will not post anything on Facebook. I want to get you with Tug. I want to help you. I want to help get this money, get your house done, get your permits, but you got to talk to Tug.
She still lies about that stuff, by the way.
I don't know how she thinks she can get away with it, because the phone logs. Michelle, listen, I have the phone logs. My home phone connects to Tug's phone at the same exact time that the messenger connects with you.
Indeed.
And then his call log will show his phone connected to my phone, and your call log will show your messenger connected to me. You can't run from the truth. Sorry, not sorry. You can't. But anyway, I told her I would not post, and I held up my end of the deal. But I did also tell her, the minute my name comes out of your mouth and somebody else comes back to me, no holds barred. That's just the way it's going to go. If you're going to screw me over, remember you did it. So here you go. And I was not going to let her continue to lie and get away with it, because if it were you or me, we'd be in jail. But she told me, Bruce is writing these motions. He made us fire. He made us fire him so he could get out. But he's a good friend. He's helping us.
Yeah, indeed.
And I'm not sorry I did what I did, because there are rules. And when you start breaking the rules, then our judicial system falls, and then we're all screwed.
And some of these messages she left you, like some of them you can tell are, I'm going to pull up a couple. Give me a minute. I'm grabbing a couple here. It'll take me just a minute on there. But some of them, they feel like, you have everything from playing you for sympathy to yelling at you, dressing you down. I mean, I can't imagine. I can see why she doesn't maintain friends. After listening to that, it was like a minute and 30 seconds of just her yelling. And
if you want to play it for people, I don't care. I know I did nothing wrong to her. So
I wonder, do you care if people know. Do people know what Facebook account is yours, first of all?
It's me, Tina, preferably private. That's the only one I have.
Yeah, I'm just saying, do they know? That's what I'm asking. Yeah, there's been a lot of accusations that you have 4 million of them or something like that.
I only have one, and then of course, I don't maintain my dead son's account. My son does, but that one's out there, and I'm attached to it. But that's it.
If I pull up, you sent these through private messenger, but there's no messages there, so I wonder if I pull that up and play it in the messenger, I wonder if it'll play on here, because there's no message.
It's not. I have my cell phone sitting right here. I just don't know which one it is.
It's the bottom one. It's the very bottom one. Let me see if I pull it up. I'm going to leave the messenger open so you'll be able to see in there, but it's not doxing message because there's no other messages. There's nothing to give away. There's no private correspondence or anything like that. It's just all these messages are there. So I'm going to pull up that one. Let's see if this plays for them. We should be able to hear it, but I don't know if they will be able to. All right, so I'm going to try this. Let me get the chat in front of me.
Well, I'm going to mute and I'll put on my cell phone and let you know if I can hear it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm pulling up the chat. Give me 1 second to chat. I'm going to see if you all, when I start playing this, I'll tell you when I hit it. Let me know if it does not play through for some reason. Okay. So I want you to, this is what dealing with Michelle sounds like. Tell me if you can hear this. If not, we'll see if we can do something else with it.
Oh, wait, Tina, out of the blue that you just looked up attorneys hiring or trustees hiring attorneys.
Yes.
And that.
Okay.
I was told today that there was a mole, and the questions that he asked me, nobody knew that I had 2 machines. Nobody. You knew?
Okay, the 2 machines, by the way, you posted about that, Lynette.
Yeah, but it's my fault. Remember, it's my fault.
So she's saying, oh, there's a mole and stuff. Now, this is well before Tina. Like, okay, to make this clear, she's going to blame Tina for, you're on Tug's side. And so this woman asked Tina to reach out to me. She asked her to. I've already shown messages for it, and we've got another voice message, though. But she says that the things that are questionable, like again, the 2 machines, she posted all that stuff, Tina. I remember it very well because we were like, why would you need 2 of those? Were there gifts, Are they taking advantage of some poor unfortunates out there? Oh my God.
The only thing I knew about the 2 machines is she was using one to practice and the other one was brand new.
It's so weird. Like, that's the thing. We did not have conversations about Lynette Preston until later on when Lynette finally decided to just straight up burn you. And you were like, I'm sick of this person. I'm sick of it. So anyway, let's continue listening.
Okay. And one other person knew. They didn't tell. I'm not even going to accuse you. I don't know who said.
I'm not even going to accuse you, Tina, while I'm accusing you.
He's special.
I can only, if she's leaving, this is, like I said too, folks, imagine this would be like an answering machine message. Okay. So I can only imagine what the conversations with a person like this are like when they're trying to dress you down for time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did they talk to you like this in conversations too?
Occasionally, until I reined her back in.
Oh.
I mean, I had to be, and I'll admit to it, I had to be fake a couple of times because she's loony.
You can tell, like you can actually see it in, they see every passerby as somebody that they could potentially have to pull a pew on. They're talking about a random dude who didn't go past their gate, that may well be, again, Jeremy Hale said they were the bankruptcy folks. They were talking about pewing them when, again, they go to prison for that. Well, maybe.
Does not extend outside your fence like that, Michelle.
Maybe they go to prison. I mean, it is Levy County. Who knows? But anywhere else, oh Lord.
What? But I don't trust anybody anymore. And the fact that you instantly knew about this hiring of attorneys and the trustee doing this, is crazy. And there's been other things. I know.
So you can get the time to with the bankruptcy stuff. The documents were out there. You know, it's
not only that. I was getting messages from someone who's very close to me that nobody knows I'm close to.
Yeah.
And that will come out in time too. And then everybody's mouths are really going to drop when that bomb drops. But I was getting messages and I was asking her. So she took my questions as, I guess, already knowing. And I'm like, no, this was sent to me.
Well, beyond that too, one of the things that you noted, and I saw this in some of the conversation notes, you, just like me and other people, we try to counsel her on, hey, this bankruptcy is a terrible idea. Again, I realize like all of this has worked out for Hales here. There's a point that I would rather her take the smart road, which she isn't going to. But, you know, when they talk about people that are new, I don't like Lynette Preston, but just like not liking only me, I've tried to help in some way, be like, yo, you need to stop this stuff, and this is going to ruin your life.
Yeah.
And look at where we are.
I can't tell you how many times I told her that. And I've got people, you know, on here asking what was my motive. I didn't have a motive. I was not on anyone's side. I was on the side of the truth. I was on the side of the little girl. That little girl.
You also noted. You also noted the first reach out to her. It's actually right here, which I'll show in a minute. That is because Marla is using the name and memory of your son.
Yeah, that was last year though.
Yeah. But I mean, that was your first message that was there, period. So you didn't even bother to reach out to her because it's there until you're like, yo, you know what? Because it says it here. You know, I was here on your side of stuff until Marla started doing this stuff. And now, well, if you surround yourself, essentially it's a conversation of you surround yourself with scumbags that will attack my deceased son and try to say this about me. Well, maybe that says something about you. You know?
And I mean, she is definitely a professional victim. Okay. If something, God forbid, were to happen to anybody and she sees it online, I guarantee you within a week, somebody she knows is going to have it 10 times worse.
I saw the diagnostics. And again, I'm not saying it didn't happen by any stretch of the imagination, but I saw her talking about how her child had been diagnosed with ODD. You know, oppositional. So I saw some of the
bullshit.
Well, I saw some of the notes on this too, you know, that are talking about her child lashing out at her, you know, hitting and doing other things. And, you know, according to Lynette Preston. And,
no, Tug, it happened. I was on the phone. Harley would literally punch her, kick her, throw things at her.
The problem is when they look at this, the child being classified with ODD, that is first of all, when you're diagnosing a child that little, and the only people they're homeschooled, they're not around kids or anything else. They're learning it. How do I know? Because I diagnosed people. Not only did I diagnose people, but when we switched from the DSM 4 and DSM 4 TR to the DSM 5, we had to train all of our staff, period, whether it would be nurse practitioners. Now they have a doctor supervisor, but they're off site. But anyone on site, we had to train our entire nurse practitioners, therapists, everyone else. That was on me. So going through all the guidelines for not just diagnostics, but also what insurance would pay for. It is so inappropriate to take a small child like this and to throw labels on them with that environment. That environment there, that tells me that there's something wrong in the home life. This kid is seeing something and picking it up.
Oh, and I can tell you what she's seeing. And I want to know what kind of therapist, doctor, and I don't even believe she went to one, to be honest with you. But within an hour is diagnosed with something like that. That doesn't happen in an hour. You can't learn that about a child in an hour. This child is around her 24/7. Every time she's on the phone, she's on either speakers or earbud. She's hearing everything that Michelle is saying. Then you've got John screaming at Michelle. And believe me, that man's got one nasty mouth. And I want to know what kind of man he is. What kind of man would sit and allow that type of behavior? I think Michelle has bigger balls than John. I really do. I think he's just a wuss. To let her treat that child like that and to treat him like that, that's not a man. That's a joke.
It's because he's primarily focused on other men's genitalia.
He's focused on getting her ass committed.
No, he's focused on, I'm telling you, there's something off. He's focused on Lisa, and he's focused on other men's genitalia. Like he talks, that's his primary talking points. Lisa, and
the oracles. Isn't it? What was it? Also, what was that word you used last night with the police officer?
The orificer.
Orifices, yes, that one.
Oh my God! Did I tell you they rode back? Oh shit! Remind me, I'll show you. Oh my God! Oh, they were. I think. Oh my God! I don't know if they were a troll or not. I really don't, because anyway, let's listen to this and I'll tell you about it in a minute. Okay, let's see.
Oh, that you're on Tug's side, Megan's side, all their side. I've known that all along, but I chose to believe in you, and I
know you're on Tug's side, Megan's side. Oh,
I am on the side of the truth.
Well, she was okay with Tug, and when she thought that that we were
when
just
she
going
thought
to do
you were going to shell out money for a lawyer, she was fine with you.
Yeah.
But the further we got into our discussions and me befriending her, no.
Oh, what a nut job, man.
Not going to accuse you. I just am not going to talk anymore
I'm not
to
gonna
anyone.
accuse you.
Not my friend Lori, not nobody. I'm shutting off to the world. I don't care. That's it. I don't want to talk to anybody. There's no way that you knew about that without knowing about it. There's no way that anybody would just automatically research trustees hiring attorneys. That's too bizarre.
Oh my God, it's in the
Never
paperwork.
mind. Just
it insults me and anyone else out there. These people, they want you blind. They want you, fealty to them. You bend the knee to them. And if you ask questions, holy crap, or you read a document. Oh, God, man. I couldn't do it.
Sorry, I was talking to the dog. I thought I was on mute.
No, you're fine. But I couldn't deal with this woman. I very well couldn't. It was 3 seconds left.
never mind any of it. No, never mind.
So this is this is essentially a voice message that is left, though, folks. So you have, how often would she pull shit like that in conversations?
Oh, it was often. I mean, it really depended on which Michelle you got on. Some days it was, "Hi, hun, how are you? Things are great," and then hang up, and then 2-3 hours later, she's Satan's bride. It depended on her day, her personality. It really, and I don't
multiple personality.
That's what it felt like. I was talking to Sybil, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful and nasty, but she had two sides, and she had the side, and I'm the type of person that if I think I can fix something, I'm going to try. And believe me, my mystery person she was my grounding. Rosalind helped to keep me grounded. You helped keep me grounded because
after a certain point. See, here's the thing. Like when Tina reached out, this is something they spin incorrectly, and you can go back to when we were talking about this. Tina was not in contact until Lynette Preston started asking to make contact. That's when Tina is reaching out and being like, yo, because I talked about I made a very public spectacle about it, and I meant it. And I would, again, I kept that. I had hoped that Lynette Preston would wake the fuck up because these people were robbing her blind. And
it took 2 months for me to get her comfortable enough.
Yeah, she, you reached out and you were like, with Lynette, because at first, I ended up, a lot of times I will not talk to a person, but I was like, look, I need proof that you're in communication with Lynette Preston, because, I mean, you could be a troll or anything else. I don't know who you are, I mean, it's, so you end up proving that. And by the time when that comes up, Lynette, she would just flake out. And that happened a few times. There's more than the messages there. See, that's what I love about the Fats here in their spin. Lynette Preston wanted this bad. I mean, she wanted it bad. And they were talking yesterday, and their chat was like, well, people can make up and forgive. Make up? She tried to put her fat ass in jail for fraud. That ain't something you make up for. That ain't like, oh, you called me a bad name or, whatever. I mean, she stole. She made it clear. And she reached out. She reached out to people that, again, would have helped her put them in jail. If she's also lazy. She's very fucking lazy.
Did you see the note where she wanted me to call around and find her a lawyer?
Yes. Let's play another one. Let's just go through a few of these. You want to?
Okay.
All right, let's do this one. I'm just doing them randomly. Okay. So it's just here we go.
She told John that she talked to somebody in the lawyer's office and they're supposed to call her back, but they said we could wait until Friday. But the lawyer said, no, I have the text message. He said, if it's not paid immediately, I can't take the case. I don't think I can take it. So John's going to believe what he believes out of Lisa. There's nothing I can do.
See, she's always like one of the themes in every one of these conversations. She is always just taking a crap on John Cook every single time.
Yeah. Again, what kind of man are you, John?
Well, she's very jealous of. Now, I actually get this too. If somebody defrauded, they didn't just defraud. One second. Do okay. What? No, not yet, baby. Not yet. I'll let you know. Okay. Probably it'll be a couple hours. Okay. All right. Love you. You can go play. All right. Close my door. Love you. She's having a visit today, so she's, she's like, when's my visit coming? That's what she's pacing it off,
She's so cute.
There she is. She's funny. But with any of the conversations, I kind of get it. I mean, you can feel the jealousy in it. But I mean, they're talking, he's developing a relationship. She's hyper paranoid all the time anyway. So she knows John is screwing her over. I mean, he's sitting in his little tent outside.
With the hooked up air conditioner. Can you believe that? Seriously?
That's crazy, by the way. So he's got his little AC on, and instead of like doubling it up for the little one and for LP, like he's living his. Now I get, actually, I'm torn on this though, because I could not be around Lynette Preston if and
well, I can tell you the way that went down, Tug. They were all in the shed from August until she got the new RV. Mm-hmm. He would spend his days in a tent. They would spend their days in the shed. The shed did have AC, but I'm going to say it wasn't a very good one. But at nighttime, they all slept in said shed on a king-size mattress, riddled with bugs, spiders, junk piled to the ceilings. I can't tell you how many times I was on the phone with her when she would find something molded or spilled, food, bugs, spiders. Widows.
Remember when they were talking about they're talking about food, like food preparation. She couldn't prepare food in the barn dough because the barn dough was just like too hot to be in. You know, it's like ungodly. And she couldn't prepare it in the 10 by 15. I go by 10 by 15, even though looking at the arrangements, it looks like it's smaller than that. But still, 10 by 15 is pretty small anyway. But she couldn't prepare in there either. So she would take, and by her own discussion, she would prepare food outside on the ground. Oh my God, man. In that place?
And there was bugs. She had to throw out a lot of food because bugs would get into her dry foods, you know, like her cereals or oatmeals, whatever. And I was like, why don't you go buy Rubbermaid containers? They're what, $1? And then I got, I just can't afford to do that. Okay, but you can afford to buy something for John? I couldn't understand it.
Well, I mean, and you know, those would be the things. They're talking about not being able to eat and stuff. And then you have, you have Fatty over here, like eating freaking greasy chicken on every night stream, holding on to 6 figures. But like I said, Lynette is part of the problem too, because Lynette won't like buck the fuck up and do anything about it. That was so frustrating. She wanted you to do the work. You know,
I wasn't about to call Lisa. I mean, I sent money. I feel like an idiot, but I can't prove it. So I let it go. But there are people out there that gave a heck of a lot more than I did. And it's not fair to them. Lisa, I know you're in here. And I know tonight I'll be the talk of town. And by the way, if you're going to use my name, please get it right.
Hey, wait, by the way, the town, that reminds me. I heard something about you. You potentially moving. That's interesting.
Yeah, now that we're retired and old, you know, I'm a Gen Xer. I'm older than you. My husband and I, we've always, since I'm from Florida, we're going to be a snowbird. We're going to snowbird because the winters up here are just getting a little too rough. And we happen to be in discussion. Let me get the address here. I just put it away. On Ranchwood Terrace, there's a beautiful house for sale. Oh. There's one on Ranchwood in the Villages. There's one on Waterbury. We've looked at a couple off of, I think it was Evans Prairie, I think it was. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we're going to be snowbirding in the Villages.
That's interesting. Now, I would warn you, considering the type of vehicles that drive through there, you might want to put condoms on your tires.
We've already got that covered. I got a Gator. It's enclosed. It's STD free.
That's hilarious. All right,
let's I'm looking forward to this. So we're gonna when we do this, we're going to have a big cookout. I've already been in talks with the realtor, been in talks with the Villages to make sure I was well within my right, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that would be, choose your loofah wisely. Someone said. That's right. Don't buy the wrong one for your house. Somebody might take it as a message.
She can ride around on her little golf cart. I've got a Gator side by side that's fully enclosed with air conditioning, so I won't be glistening.
You're like, but I just like the color purple. Damn it! It doesn't.
Yes, I mean a purple one. Purple one.
Oh God, I don't even want to look at what the code for that really is. All right, let's listen to this here.
I'm out of it. Lisa convinced him to take the money out of the account that we already had going, the fundraiser, and put it in his bank account.
Look at that. So they talk about.
God, I'm glad you played that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Jeremy's listening because I thought about something.
What's that?
I thought they shared an account, but I never really questioned her. So this money that supposedly doesn't have because she's indigent. Has anybody looked at John's account? Because they are living on the same property, and I don't know if it's like, even though they're divorced, but it could be, what do they call it? A communal marriage, a marriage that doesn't exist on paper. Because that's what she says they are.
Common law.
I don't know.
Common law.
Common law.
Yeah.
Can that be looked into? Because if he does, he did have a fundraiser up Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah. I remember the fundraiser where they put it up for the Ohio lawyer. And then it's interesting though. So it was actually, according to Preston, it was Elisa's suggestion to take it down and to put the money in his accounts.
That was the only way she would do it, is if he took the money, and the money that was in that account was given by Bruce. Bruce gave, I think,
yeah. So Bruce, here, let's unveil a little secret here, shall we? Out of the donors, the big donors, we kind of know who some of them were. When we talk about Bruce being a donor there, that's according to Lynette Preston. She ratted out all the donors that were anonymous. And the big donors, well, guess what? They were all people that were just main anti-halesers. They weren't. They wanted to give the appearance that there were other people that were involved, but really, I mean, again, that one donation. Oh yeah, that's how that's how when we talk about it, that's how we knew. Lynette Preston told.
Yes, and that's what threw me off with him being. How is he a creditor when he? I don't know.
Well, I am confused by the whole. I mean, that is its own conversation. But yes, I too am confused by how exactly he is a creditor. In fact, I'm also confused by, John Cook keeps talking in chats and stuff, about how out of any creditor, he'd be a main creditor. And like, how exactly? What money do you have, John? What money are you setting on here, brother?
Well, according to her, she's the one that pays all of the bills out of the money that she gets. And they can't be on food stamps together because they're not married. So they both have a card, apparently.
Right. Yeah. Singular. You get more benefits that way. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why they got divorced, I believe. I believe in my heart that's why, because they get more money. But
what did she say? Did she ever tell you? So I'm curious about this. She says
she did mention that.
So she did mention that. So, well, she said, okay, so she said in the conversation I had with her, and I didn't get really involved, at the moment, in this line of questioning. It was more line of questionings about Lisa, all the conversations deal with Lisa. That was the main topic, we'd branch out later on, but and that's annoying. But anyway, she says that Lisa knew the reason that she divorced John and weaponized it against her. What was she talking about?
I can't figure it out, because when I asked her, I only got the financial side. And it doesn't make, and I don't care what Lisa thinks she has on her. She's probably already posted it, and it's not anything that's going to hurt her. At this point, the smartest thing for Michelle Preston to do is to lay her cards on the table, go into whatever court case she's got coming up and say, you know what? I'm done. What do I have to do to fix it? Then move away from Jeremy and George and Otter Creek and give that child the life that child deserves.
I think without the antis involved, she probably, actually, I think they would have been nuisance neighbors until something happened. But I believe with the antis, it became more, they thought they were going to enrich themselves. They thought they were going to make.
This is what angers me so much with her. And I think I probably already told you this, but she was bad when I started talking with her. She was in a bad spot with Jeremy. But when Bruce got involved and Lisa got involved and Tori got involved and Mr. Retired Dog Mask Atlanta Cop got involved, her life went from bad to worse. And it didn't help her to have John be the spokesperson for Lisa, because she said she never talked to Lisa. Is she lying there? Was she talking to Lisa, or was it just John talking to Lisa?
Retired Dog Mask Atlanta Cop, huh? I wonder with his I wonder with the jacket there. I wonder how many minorities they allegedly never mind. I'm not gonna ask a question today.
That's for another.
I personally, like I said, these people talking about how consequences are coming, and I used to be a cop, and man,
And his point is what? He has a morality ethics code that he has to.
And there ain't no ethics in these people. I'm like, bring it then, you fucking loudmouth loser, bring it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about
bring the thunder, baby.
Any ethical code. I have nothing to hide. I mean, I think I've more than proven the truth.
I didn't know it was normal though for all your cop brethren to be like, "Oh yeah, we're very accepting of you walking around in a dog mask."
No. Because when all that came up last week, I have a page that I belong to that is nothing but police officers, and I actually put a call out to Georgia specific, and the answers that I got. Oh my, I wasn't given the man's name. That there's parts of Georgia you don't want to be doing that in.
There's parts of a lot of places. I just thought, what the what now?
Yeah, what?
If that's your business, whatever. But I ain't gonna have no weirdo freaking it running around in a dog mask barking at me.
Yeah.
He's gonna bark at his woman, but he ain't barking at me.
And again, I'm gonna say, what kind of man is that? Okay.
It's very, very strange stuff. I feel like sometimes I have stepped into some alternate reality with some of this weird shit.
You think? I think the same thing. Never in my life did I ever think I would even read a fictional book comparable to this. And it's sad.
Yeah, this is like it's insane. It is addictive to freaking listen to and watch carry out, but also it's awful in what it really is,
It's horrible that two people, well, actually more than two people, I mean, what they have done. And like I said, I never sat on anybody's side. I have been a fan of his channel for a very long time. Because
you actually made that clear when, the first time you reached out, you were like, look, I'm doing this for her. I don't want to badmouth anybody. Like you made that very clear though. You were like, look, I'm doing this to help out. Part of the conversation, you'll actually hear that in the discussion, because it was me, Tina, and Lynette in that first discussion there. And with that, when Lynette, part of the rules were Lynette was not supposed to bring up Hale. So that's not what this was about at all. So as far as we weren't going to bring it up because we're not going to agree on it. So why have it throw it? And of course she wouldn't stick to that. But Tina is like, whoa, let's get back on track, Lynette. Come on, let's get back on track. That's not what this is about. And you tried to keep it like civilized there. Again, I don't mind if somebody disagrees with me. I don't give a shit. This isn't like a dispute though. When people are looking at it, none of us are part of it. So it doesn't matter if what we think about it ultimately, but man, with Lynette, I mean, you tried to keep her on the straight and narrow, and it was amazing how all she wants to do is to run down and disparage Hale. That was the thing you had to keep being like, well, that's not part of this, Lynette, and gently nudge her back.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it was like that in almost every conversation we ever had. And she, in the beginning, I want to say like beginning of September, around Labor Day, she asked me my feelings on Jeremy. And I told her, I said, I watched his channel. I enjoy him. He's entertaining.
Right.
You know, I have nothing bad to say about them. And I'm not going to just pull stuff up out of the air like they did to him. What they did to him is downright criminal. What they did on that live that day, I will be so glad when they have to answer to that. And by golly, I was on that live. I was there. I won a Beetle plate that day. And by which Jeremy auctioned off, by the way. So thanks, Guapo. I was there. I watched it. I saw it. What they did was disgusting. And if he needs a statement, I will more than happy. I will give it to him.
Well, it's just amazing how much stuff. And Tina also made it clear that, you know, through everything, you have a security system that, you know, it just background picks up everything. Now, you've not done anything with any of that stuff. You've said
nope.
Because
I've sat on it.
Yep.
But don't think I won't take my happy butt to Pittsburgh.
Well, when they start lying about conversations and things, that's where they have a real problem. Because you know, if they want to play a court game like they keep talking about with a bunch of bullshit, yeah, gonna have a problem there. You know, it's probably on that too. It's probably a conversation between you and me and Lynette Preston. There's probably another copy of that sitting around too.
Yeah, I have everything.
Okay, let's listen to here. I totally got us way off topic. Let's hear 28 seconds more.
Okay.
So that he can pay the lawyer his money. I think she wants him to pay his money first. So that I don't know what she's doing. I don't know. I don't trust her. Not at all. I don't trust a thing about her. So I can't do anything anymore. The lawyer don't want to hear from any of us. He's with his family, and I don't blame him.
See, so that brings so much credibility to everything you talk about too. The lawyer, they took the money, and Lisa is telling them when they've not come off money or anything else for permits, she's like, you need to close down that PayPal, put it in your bank account, John Cook. You've got to pay X amount of money, then I'll do something.
Yeah, and this was 9 o'clock Thanksgiving Eve. And I'm on the phone literally with Michelle while John is on the phone with Big Mouth. And why in the hell? And Michelle, you didn't answer me then, so I'm going to ask it again. Why would you let somebody do your bidding for you? That's your attorney. Why is she involved in your cases?
Yeah, well, in multiple cases too. Why is she talking to your bankruptcy attorney? Again, who do these people represent? Because when they're doing that, an attorney cannot serve two masters. That's the problem with Bruce being involved with like some of these people. Are they representing Lynette Preston's interest, or are they representing other people? Because again, they can't serve two masters.
I think these lawyers are doing something very nefarious behind the scenes, and I haven't got my finger on it yet, but eventually it'll come out. Something will click, a puzzle piece will pop up, but something's going on. Something's rotten. What's that saying? Something's rotten in Denmark.
Yeah.
And I just got to say, hey, sis, I see you out there.
Let's see. Let's do another one. Let's see. Here's one. No, that one's a repeat. So let's see. That one was a repeat. I'm checking real fast. Just a random. Okay, that's a rando. I'm making sure the short ones. I was trying to see if there's any point. Ooh, a Jerome one. Ooh, would people? These are boring for everybody though. You don't want to hear voice clips, do you? You don't want to hear all this proof. I mean, proof isn't necessary, right?
They're AI generated, Todd.
That's what they tried to say. Oh my God, it was so dumb.
Well, I mean, you have a screenshot of where these people can see that they are actual audio clips.
Yeah, they're clips, they're pieces, and they're being forwarded over. And I've also seen the video, incontrovertible proof of the account where they're coming from. You know, how they're left to. And since these are messages, much like if you leave a message on an answering machine, that is not a two-party issue. So when these people, you know, they try to bring up anything, no, you don't have the expectation of privacy when you leave a message. Like when you think about it, like if you were leaving a message on an answering machine, for example, all kinds of people can hear that thing. Right. Well, the same thing. If you leave a message like this, anything can come up with it. You know, it's not an A/B conversation.
Well, can I interject here?
Sure.
Because you mentioned the two-party, and they said that about me.
Mm-hmm.
I never gave permission to be on speakerphone and be on an audio recorded camera. So you better watch who you threaten. Her cameras pick up audio and they record. We've all seen it. So keep that in mind. I didn't give my permission for that.
From what Lynette said too, the way I took some of her statements, that Lisa absolutely has access to her cameras.
Yeah, which so she has access to the cameras. Chances are she went back and heard the conversations, and that's why she's spinning out, because she knows I'm telling the truth.
Well, not only, I mean, the stuff she said about Lisa, and I mean, they dumped all these. Again, the one of the more amazing topics that came up, and one of the reasons they're probably trying to get along method is because, I mean, they were begging Bruce to get Lynette, even when she's talking, they're talking smack back and forth. They're getting Bruce to be like, oh, Bruce, will you send? He wants me to send over stuff because their channel, their show is dying.
Yeah, we talked about that, and I told her, I said, don't do it. Why would you?
And now she's trying to, you know, play the where we're attached to the hip again. I mean, again, these people are snaky mofos.
Well, you know, I told her, and I'll tell everybody in this chat, just listen to Donald Trump's snake story that he told at all his rallies. That's exactly what this is. That poem that he reads about the pretty snake that ends up biting that lady. She's stupid, though. She's going to go to whoever's going to coddle, and they're coddling her.
It's just, she also talked about, though, in messages. I mean, again, I got the one message that says, I'll come back to that message in a second, but I got the one that talks about how after everything's over, she's talking about Ohio. She's like, after it's over, this is after, by the way, Lisa has paid money. So, you know, and you can see this in this message here. Let me grab it real quick. This one here, you know, it's talking about, you can see the come up with money. I'm so effing mad. Remember, Lynette never uses profanity. It's all fake. It's all blah, blah, except she uses profanity like a sailor. And I don't judge a person for profanity, by the way. I use profanity. I'm not a hypocrite in it, though. I don't pretend I don't use profanity, you know? It's funny. I don't even think about it except when the kids are around. Like with that, I go into I go into more of a shutdown mode on it. But normally, I don't care. But if you lie about it, you know, that's the problem. It's the lies. If you lie about the basics in your life, if you won't even admit you have conversations, you did this or you did that, then you can't trust anything. But she's like, I'm so effing mad at Lisa, and as soon as this is over, we're going to hit her so effing hard. she's not going to know what hit her.
She is referring to what they're talking about currently. So she might be kissing up to Lisa, but she can be a little spitfire. And I do know that she did reach out to an attorney that was interested in the other side of it.
Oh yeah, I mean, so this is a so with one of the things for the conversation that I had with Lynette Preston trying to find out about money, I actually did reach out to an attorney to see if somebody would have taken her case, would have done something about stealing money, helped her get into proper authorities and stuff. Sure enough, there would have been somebody. They would have taken down. They wouldn't take her fucking cases. Or the money, like I said, the money's gone. Let's be honest. They admitted it. They just admitted it. The money's gone. So she's not going to get that back, but they'll put these people in jail. That's where they belong.
I don't know how they can continue to break the laws down there, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. But I'm sitting here looking at my notes, and we were talking about her talking with Lisa. Mm-hmm. She says, quote, "We've never been given her phone number ever."
She only told me too. I couldn't believe that. I could not believe that. So let me get this straight. Lips has her phone number. We know that because they message. We've seen their text messages, and they're going to the phone number there. So she has that. You have all these other randos, but the woman that she raised 6 figures for, that woman doesn't have her phone number. That sounds like a scam right from go, doesn't it?
It does. And I don't know that I believe it. I don't know if it's true, but just listening to Lisa, I don't think she gave Lynette her phone number.
She said she said something that before that indicated that she did not give her phone number. So I actually do believe Lynette in that instance. I believe that, it's funny. Lynette never brings receipts, except when it came to Lisa. She had receipts. She finally had receipts on something. And I think, I can't say this definitively, but I wonder if Lynette's playing her ass, getting close to her so she can burn her. Because, they did burn her, and they burned her hard.
Yeah, and I reiterated that a lot when I was on the phone with her, because it was like she didn't want to believe it, I guess. Denial.
Yeah.
But I told her, I said, you would not be facing all of these loaded pew-pews, I almost said the word, in the courts if it weren't for them. They are blaming on their chats. All you hear is, Jeremy's doing this for content. Jeremy's doing this for content. He's using that little girl. He's using Michelle. No. Jeremy is not using them for content. His is storage units. He's back to doing what Jeremy does best. He entertains. And he was doing that long before.
No, I'm using them for content. I'm using them for content. Holy shit.
But here's
get
the
it
thing.
right.
It's not okay for anybody that sees the truth and reads these documents. You and Megan don't cherry pick these documents. You read them verbatim.
Right.
Lisa cherry picks to lie to her people. And I went back and I looked at the numbers, and it's like right before she got in with Lynette, her shows were pulling like 200-300, I think they said.
If that.
And then all of a sudden they jump up to 4,000.
Yeah. What they were doing, they also, you can tell the money dried up and they don't put as much effort in, because at one time it was live stream a day, 6 to 8 hours a day. You can go back and still find the proof of that every day, 6 to 8 hours, because they had a money roll pulling in. But then it died down. It started becoming 2.5 to 3. Yeah, there's no money. Are they getting some super cheddar here and there? Sure. But I'm talking about the real deal. I'm talking about the Big Mac,
I think people finally woke up and they see, they're going to listen to her because they may agree with her. hate to tell you folks you're wrong, but
it's not even that, man. A lot of people that attend that, they just like the chaos. They watch the chaos. And I mean, I get it. I watch chaos too. You know,
I watch chaos, but this is too much drama.
I love it. I love drama. I just think that it happens to Jeremy. I mean, the other stuff, really, you know, involvement from someone like myself too. One of the things that helps you, people need to realize, like every time they're pissed off at a person like myself, person like Mr. Coop or Shizzy Wiznut or Megan or whomever, that's a moment that they're not fucking breathing down the neck or harassing Jeremy and George and all those people, because those people, like for me, they're gonna do shit to me. You know, it's just blah blah blah. They ain't doing anything. You know, they've taken their swing and they missed. You know,
well, they can't do anything to you, to Megan, to Coop, to anybody that I have talked to.
Well, we don't.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, they're not. None of the people that I just named are lying. They're not. They're not. Y'all aren't cherry picking. Jeremy's not lying.
I don't have, see, Jeremy's business was built. He also, when you go back, Jeremy hadn't dealt with the bad portion of the internet. He, you know, you run into it sooner or later, some bad portion, but you can tell, you can watch him. He deals with people like they're trustworthy, they're honest. Even with Lynette Preston, he dealt with her. He even gave them like leap pads and shit. And they still tried to burn his life down because they didn't get what they wanted, you know. But Lynette, one thing about her that she needs to remember is that Lisa got more money. Remember that amount? They wanted $65,000 and then they've gone. They got more money than that.
Oh, they got so much more.
Yeah. What a sucker.
And then if you take, okay, that's just in cash. And then you take into account all of the decorations, the fence,
the gift cards,
the party favors, the food. Oh, let's not forget the beer at the child's Christmas party.
I saw that.
Or the weed. And how many starfish were milked?
That's true. That. Oh Lord.
You know, I'm thumbing through here, and we were talking about Bruce, and she said in this one conversation that Bruce can't stand Lisa.
Yeah. I get that feeling, to be honest. I get that feeling. I think if Bruce would have had his choice of people, it wasn't Lisa, let's say.
No, it was you.
Notice, he wanted DUI guy, Megan Fox, myself. You know, he wanted all of us covered. I mean, we, you know, these are just the people he ended up with. He ended up with, you know, Mill Toast and freaking Ray Bonecrow. I mean, these dumbasses that they did damage. They wouldn't have even mattered, but they started going after sponsors and everything else. That's where the problems come in, you know?
Well, see, he lost member, and I was a member way back in the day. And when all of this came up, I didn't want to be associated with any kind of drama. So I dropped my membership.
Right.
And I told Jeremy that, but I got accused of knowing him. I never talked to George or Jeremy until December. When did I go down there? December. I'm looking at a calendar. I talked to them that Saturday before I flew down. I flew down. When did I fly down? See, I flew down on a Tuesday.
I know a whole. Like I was kind of privy to the area again, not the conversation on their side, but the other stuff. You know, about again, you know, like Tina said, and was still torn up because Tina was very concerned, like many people you hear in this, whether it's Lloyd or anyone else, it's the kid. The kid is the perfect weapon for some people like this. You know, the kid works because, you know, kids, like you see it with the little one here. Kids, you love them. They're so innocent, nice, and you know they're cute and funny, and you grow to love them. And some people will treat that healthily, and some people will use that against you.
And they use that little girl, and they still are. But if I have anything to say about it, it will come to a stop. a screeching halt, because I'm done waiting. I'm done.
Well, what we've seen is, unfortunately, they're just until something happens, until some law enforcement apparatus actually does something with these horrible fucking human beings. Anyway, let's play the rest of this one here.
Yes. I'm going to mute for a minute.
Yeah, Jerome might have an answer to the whole situation. He's gonna
Jerome.
call me back in a half hour. He's been up all night.
Holy shit.
Doing research.
I gotta go in.
And,
listen, there's Cookie Boy. Here.
Holy shit.
Doing research.
Yeah, he's there.
I gotta go in.
And he's been up doing research all night long. And he may have an answer for it. So he's sending me everything to go file to make sure that these court cases know the stay is in effect.
This, by the way, this isn't about the bankruptcy. This is about, I remember mentioning this. This is actually about the other hearings. This was when they all thought they were going to get in trouble. So Jerome, they were trying to brainstorm and come up with a solution. That's what was interesting, I guess, with some of this. The late filings and everything that we just assumed were Bruce and her. Apparently, according to Lynette, it was Bruce, her, and Jerome. They were all brainstorming and doing it together. I thought that.
Well, she doesn't have. I can't say that. Sorry.
Indeed. Enter Cornelius.
Like, I'm being forced to go to court on December 17th. I don't have to go. Legally, I don't have to go. And I'm not going.
Remember when they were talking about how, remember the judge said that one of the reasons that their case was just fraudulent, like garbage. It was because they didn't bother to follow up or do anything with it. So when they were ordered to go into court, Lynette Preston is being told by lawyers, that a bankruptcy lawyer, no less, and a lawyer that is not involved in this case whatsoever, they're advising her not to go. Again, I think that she has a hell of a case against these people because they gave her terrible advice.
I agree, and I told her, and with the discovery, she was like, they told me I don't have to. I said, when a judge tells you to do something, you do it. That is, you can't just say F off. I'm not doing it. It doesn't work like that. And she still believes because they continue to tell her. And this is why she's going to go down harder than any of them, because they're putting her in line sight and they're standing behind her.
Well,
she's the one doing it all or not doing it all.
They turn anything that could be even remotely a win and turn it into an abject failure. Like, for example, they're all talking about Fed 2, which Fed 2, what did it do for Lynette Preston? Nothing. It didn't help her. Like, even if it falls, if they don't continue with it, they got what they wanted. They got the without prejudice added on. So if they decide not to go this method, they may be smarter and just pick off specific ones.
That's what I don't get with these people. I mean, these people actually believe Lisa. They need to do their own research. Just because that one gets dropped, there are several different avenues that are at Jeremy's disposal that he could use at any given moment.
Certain ones of them too. Okay, when Jeremy filed that, he was reacting emotionally, and I do not blame him for that. I understand, because he wants it to stop, and he wants these. He's of the opinion that if you have good cause, that these people will pay. And unfortunately, that's not how our justice system works. Our justice system is so jacked up that most cases fall by the wayside, period. So when he did that, he had no idea about, I think, the enormity of cost. I'm not saying he didn't know that it would be costly, but nobody realizes. When I tell somebody that, I watched Vic Mignogna, for example, him get to the slap portion where we're at right now against two individuals and a company, and it cost him $275,000. He didn't get past that part. Imagine where Fed 2 was at, only 3 parties, and it cost you almost $100,000 a piece.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that cost. And
I can't.
yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? But people think that, oh, that's got to be exaggeration. No, like Jeremy actually, as far as cost, he got off much. If that case went forward, he can't win. He can win as far as legal arguments. I think you could take down. I think you could actually revise some stuff and maybe make it work. I don't know, actually, with the judge with certain things in there. But even if you could, let's just say hypothetically, he could go, all of them stay in the game. He's going to spend. That'd be $1 million case. It's $1 million case. And yeah, and what does he get out of it? At the end of the day, let's say it'll drag on for years. They will drag discovery and everything else. When people are like, "Oh, you have the right for a speedy trial," yeah, that's a criminal case. Even then, those drag on for years. But
well, see, he was dealing with the statewide case here in Levy County against Lynette. Well, with them doing what they have done, they've opened up yet another, actually 2 venues that I can see so far, which would be Sumter County. Georgia.
Again, I'm not their lawyer.
Oh, me neither. I watch too much law too.
No, I mean, when I look at this, though, I think the opening is still lips and chips, and that jumps over to.
Oh, I forgot about them.
Yeah, because that docket is so freaking delayed. Like with it, people think, well, speedy trial. Well, again, that's criminal. That's civil. Your shit can sit for years. It's insane. You can look for docket openings, and it's just crazy.
Well, just like the bankruptcy can sit, because I was named as a creditor in one, a nationally known one, and it's now been since 2018, and I'm still hanging in there. And who knows? But if it comes through, then Jeremy, I got your back, bud. But I feel for him. He needs peace. And as long as Lisa is allowed to sit over there and do what she does on a nightly basis, he's not going to find that peace, because unfortunately we live in a world where people are just mean.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, and again, there's certain ones of these people. I'm going to be blunt about it. If everything's on the table with certain ones of these people, that guy has close to 1 million sub channel. Certain people, they've taken their shots, and the harm they've done, I don't think they can do any more harm, but they can encourage somebody else to do harm. That's where you get in, but certain ones of them, they'll fade to irrelevance. So honestly, fuck them. That's a hilarious fact. When these people want so much to be somebody. I mean, like Miltos thought this was his ticket. He did. He absolutely thought Jeremy Hales was his ticket. And then he crashed and burned.
Misery loves company. And for them this is the highlight of their life. Oh my gosh. It's horrible. We need to be praying for their souls, because they're empty.
Some of them are suckers too. They're suckers brought in with scammers. In fact, like a Miltoast is such a moron for example. That guy knew he was dealing with some duplicitous pieces of crap. He talked about John, when I go back, I'm stunned by the things he had to say about John Cook, about him being garbage and stuff. And he's going from that to because they're united somehow with Jeremy Hales. Okay, well, I guess I guess that's probably not a good reason to stand with the guy that Lynette Preston says drove his ex to off herself, and he keeps her ashes like a trophy in the shed. That's pretty
she's
jacked
still
up.
in the shed.
Yeah. Did she talk to you about that some more, by the way?
Yeah, she said that she's still there. In fact, the day that the washing machine flooded, she was afraid that her ashes were going to get ruined.
Oh no, she keeps her in the laundry room shed. No.
Yeah.
No, that's terrible. I'm not laughing like I'm just like, oh my God.
I mean, for somebody to be, she's such a liar, but she claims to be such a renowned Christian, a born-again Christian. For you to have your ex-husband's ex-wife's ashes in a shed that floods, buried amongst muck, that tells me exactly what kind of person you are. It's disgusting. And then, the day that all this stuff, because I don't know if you've gone through all the notes or not, but there was a conversation surrounding the money for the Ohio lawyer. And sorry, I've got the sniffles. His mom was going to originally pay for that attorney. But his sister put her foot down and said no.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
really?
Then the sister, they couldn't find the sister. It was really scandalous, I guess is a good word, because I never could get out of her whatever happened there. But that's about the time we had our falling out. That the last time she yelled at me, that was the last time, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm not going to let you lie. I'm not going to sit back and watch people get hurt and not say something.
It's just wild that that they were going to shake down the mom to get it, and then person who essentially controls the finances. They didn't go to them because they knew they would get a big nope.
Well, I mean, going back and listening and discussing with different people, I think she scammed John. I honestly do, because they met online. And then she had nowhere to go when she got to Florida. So he said, well, come on over and you can stay with me. And then boom, match made, married. What happened to his brother? He got kicked out of the house. I mean, I didn't get the whole story, the complete circle. But it kind of sounds like a woman met a guy on the internet. She lived in Iowa at the time. Mm-hmm. She met a guy, talked to him on the phone, toted her cookies all the way to Florida, didn't have anywhere to go, knowing she didn't have anywhere to live and had no money. And then she just slid right on in there. Oh, John, I have nowhere to go. Whatever am I going to do? I've got to make money. Help me make money. She scammed her way into his bedroom. Doesn't it sound like that to you?
This whole thing, sorry, I had to mute for 1 second. I had the little one. She was asking me something.
She couldn't hear me, could she?
No, she can, just to know, like, nothing can be heard. I wear headphones, so, nothing can ever be heard on this except my side. Like, if I say something. Yeah, I mean, but she was, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. She was way up the steps by the door, so she wouldn't have heard even if I would have had them unplugged. It's pretty soundproof. But no, I mean, I always felt like John is the perfect patsy for her. Everything that's, again, I'm not taking it for John. He seems like a horrible piece of garbage too.
Oh, he is.
He, at the same time, he feels like the perfect fall guy as well,
But how far is he going to fall? He's not. He's got the protection of the big bad flea.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I kept wondering since she's always loofed up. Maybe here's an idea. Since he's always talking about male backsides and stuff, maybe he's not thinking about her. Maybe he's thinking about Gabe.
There you go.
Maybe that's who it's about. You ever think that one? Oh my lord!
Well, I mean, that is the STD capital of the world, is it not?
Well, not the world, but definitely
Florida.
Yep. When you said Florida, it is not all right. That's for sure. What a terrible, terrible place.
I cannot believe how much it's changed since I left there. I mean, it's just night and day. It really is. I won't. We're gonna snowbird. Like I said, I've always wanted to live in the villages. It was my dream when I turned 55. Well, I'm a little late on my dream, but we're going to snowbird, and we're going to be right there. And we're going to have parties, and I'm going to have a good time. And if she ends up being my neighbor, don't knock on my door.
Oh, no. Well, can you have some chicken skins I can borrow? What a fun time.
I'll take out the turkey fryer and give her some cracklings.
Let's hear it. Oh God, that'd be hilarious. Let's hit the last 10 seconds of this one. There's some more.
Doing anything I don't have to do. And Hale said this morning that he's getting my land and throwing John off because of the protection order.
Let's see. I check them to see like what they're about for a second. Oh, the next one is about the camper. The new camper. So that's interesting. Let's, this was while it was weird because so apparently from what I understand with conversations, while the new camper was on discussion and then they were picking it up, they were still talking about borrowing money from strangers.
Yes.
That's wild. So I mean, and again, they're in the middle of a bankruptcy. So if somebody gave them the $5,000 they were asking for, there's no way in hell that person would ever get any money back.
Never. And I don't know. And when I talked to her, I mean, she didn't come out and ask me for the money, but you could tell she was hinting. And yeah. I was like, no, we know.
You can see it in some of the messages where she's not saying, give me money. But what she's saying to you is, oh, we need this, we need that, or else, if I don't get this, then everything like, when they're talking about broken stuff and here, when they're, what is the awning?
You've known me a while by talking with me. We've talked for quite a while. You know the type of person I am and the type of heart I have.
Sure.
Do you know how hard that was for me?
Oh, I can only imagine.
Because I wanted to fix it.
Yeah, well, here's like messages like that. Yeah, it came, but it has the awning arm is broken and they jerry-rig taped it with tape and then painted it. The bumper has been spray painted because that had damage and we had no water to the toilet, into the shower, no cold water. I was told to try to turn the water pressure down and see if that does it. So I'll do that. But otherwise, something somewhere is not connected right. I mean, there's always some broken or messed up thing. And I noticed the conversations always gravitate toward, so hint the kid, and it's like, that's no. No.
Yeah, I mean, when the camper got there, everything was still wrapped in plastic. I'm assuming it was one that they would just show like a model home. But once it got cold, like the middle of November when they had that first cold snap, they didn't have propane. They had no heat.
Oh no.
And that really, really got to me.
I keep wondering, okay.
It didn't work. Her electric fireplace was broken.
Oh no, that's not good.
No. And she had Harley was playing with the back of it at one point, and I remember
With the back of the electric fireplace?
yeah, the buttons, and she was with water, and
Oh no, that's
yeah, and I'm like, stop, you know, it's
oh my God, that's like one of those terrible like Home Alone thing. We're like, no, God, stop, please.
yeah, it's like she would go push the fan on,
Oh, geez.
and I'm just like, and then she said, well, it doesn't work, it doesn't heat up, and we don't have propane, and I don't know how I'm going to get propane, and I'm like, can't you call like a program down there? But
Yeah, I mean, well, this is what I don't understand. I mean, there's a lot of church, like in our area, there are churches, like my mom's church, for example. They help out people with all kinds of stuff. If they truly feel like a person is in need, they help them with bills if they need to. They'll put gas in their cars, you know, whatever. I mean, and they'll try to find local businesses and stuff that will continue to help, because you can only help so many people, but they do their damnedest. And there are all types of churches around that do that kind of stuff alone. And then there's social programs and more, and they're already on social programs. So you would think that would make them even more eligible for something, you know?
yeah, but they have probably used up their, I'm sure that you can't continue to go back to them, especially in an overpopulated area.
It's just
But I don't know. My priority would be, you know, the roof, the electric, and freaking hot water.
Well, they keep saying, this is what I don't get. Okay, they say they moved out here because of the health of a kid, right? So you move to, again, no shot at Otter Creek. I mean, when I say this, I'm not trying to be a dick in here, but I mean, look at the place. Like when I'm thinking about health, I'm thinking about, you know, Arizona or something, you know, somewhere that I would find that the climates, of course, they're a bit more manageable. You know, people, they go out west for all types of issues too, and you could find places that would be, you know, less populated as well. I mean, what they've ran into, and then on top of it, the whole opening up a turtle. Did she talk a lot about the rescue?
She said that the turtles, that she had a couple of those tortoises were hers. And I don't believe that. I don't believe it for a second. Because you can't be in a neighborhood and have freaking tortoises.
What, that she brought them with her?
That's what she...
Like pets?
Yeah.
Well, that would also be a problem with the... With the whole idea of the 501c3. You can't, they're not your pets, you know?
Well, now she's trying to turn it into a foundation.
I saw that. Yes.
So what are you going to be, Michelle? Seriously, what are you going to be?
As a foundation, too. I mean, there's a... It could be, again, that could be nothing more than trying to, you know, clean up the language and presentation. But if they really are, you know, if that truly was a goal there, then, but I mean, you know, the thing with a foundation is they could talk about, well, we want money that we can, like she said, you know, our purpose here, we always wanted to help pet owners. We get the money and then we help you pay for things. And I'm like, yeah, that puts them in direct contact with money. It doesn't put them in direct contact with like supplies for food and things like that. You know,
they can't feed themselves. How are they going to feed other people's pets? She doesn't take care of the pets she has.
Well, it would be, you know, the thing is, how much, you know, charting money that's going in. I don't know many people that sit down, even these idiots, like the mask came off with the anti-Hales people when her and 2L had their tiff. They all want to play like they weren't talking about how untrustworthy Lynette Preston was and how she couldn't manage money and that she just begs and, you know, that they don't, that she wants other people to to prop up her life. And now, you know, that like I said, they want to pretend all of that stuff didn't happen, but we were all there to watch it. The screenshots exist, so you know.
I was on the phone with her, and I told her that they were talking all this smack, and oh, I know, John still talks to Lisa.
Yeah, while they're dumping on her, that tells you a lot about with John too. While they're, I mean, just talking mad smack about her, you have John on the phone being like, "Yeah, it's all gravy, baby," you know.
They're a special kind of special. But back to the what was I going to say about this charity? This back in 2023, she had turtles mailed to her by somebody, and I want to say it came out of Missouri. They came via UPS. Now, this is when I was very active in the groups, and I was defending I was on the What the Hales, defending Jeremy against all the crap that Marla was putting out there.
Right.
But they were delivered to her, and she put this big old post with a picture of this turtle, and she said that the one was dead and the other one needed prayers because it arrived upside down. And immediately my brain clicked, you're a rescue, where's your vet?
Right.
And I have a thing with the turtles because of my deceased son. You know, I told you the story about what we got involved in.
Sure.
But I was actually going to donate. I was following her page, not knowing it was her page, if that makes any sense.
Right.
But I was going to donate because we do yearly in his name. And so I checked her out after. Anyway, back to that. I'm squirreling. I called UPS and I wanted to know why they allowed that to happen. And they verified the delivery. And they said it was just a brown box. And I said, no, it had 2 live turtles in it, and one's now dead. They opened up an investigation. I called Fish and Game. I made those calls. I put it on the old What the Hales group page. And there are people in the chat that I see names, and they can attest to this. They saw my post. And I posted directly to her. Do not blame them for this report. It was me. If you have a problem with that, or if you want to know why I did it, contact me. But I'm the one that filed that one. And I didn't like the answer I got. Nothing happened. She took the turtle the next day to a vet in Gainesville, and it either died or had to be euthanized, either or. The turtle, it's dead.
That's sad, man. You know.
Fish and Game went out there. And then she doctored the box all up. But they went out there. Nothing happened to her. Lieutenant Anderson called me from Levy County and had me send him a copy of my driver's license for the report. So I did. Never heard anything else again.
They just don't care.
And I still have the text messages. I mean, that was on April 13th of 24. And it says, sorry for the late response. I forwarded the screenshots and the information you gave me to our investigation section yesterday. I will follow up with them to see if anything comes from this. Thank you for calling it in. And that's from Florida Game. And then I have her post here too. I contacted Check a Charity, and I found all of her paperwork for her rescue with the big fat zeros under expenditures and donations and vet costs 00000. And I wanted to know, how is she a 501c3 and you're allowing zeros? And I was told that she would be taken off of their list. And about that time is when Marla started running her big mouth. So I went down a rabbit hole, and it took me almost a year to come back. But
That's
if you
crazy.
want to hear her posting, I will gladly read it to you. Do you want to hear it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, it says, go back, I just closed it out. It's in parts because I had to do screenshots. Okay, it says, the little cicada is doing great. 6 turtles, 18 tortoises, and Harley are named the cicada unicorn, and this redfoot had a name, but she's calling it Harley. Those are
Wait,
the
so
two
there
that
were,
were
wait,
sent.
she said 6 turtles and 18 tortoises?
6 turtles, 18 tortoises.
So 24.
Now, this was back in 20. Here, I'll screenshot and send it
Yeah,
over.
she's claiming, I'm just curious because she's claiming 18 now, you know, so.
I'm screenshotting as I go, so I'll send them to you.
Okay.
Because I sent them over to, well, I'll just read you the whole text. I put, here they are. Thank you for all you do. This one with the X is duplicated. The last paragraph wouldn't fit. Sorry, but want to tell you, not sure I did. UPS said there were no markings such as live animal reptile. The lady I spoke with said they would not allow that. He said, got it. Thank you. We'll take care of it. I said, thank you. She probably doctored the box knowing I questioned her. She has responded. Again, thank you for assuring the safety of these docile creatures. I miss being in Florida and having them and manatees everywhere. Now just bears, deers, and coyotes. Take care. God bless. No problem. Thank you. Now her post is, well, the poor boy had to be euthanized. He fought very hard to right himself, which damaged his neck. He also vomited and aspirated. The vomit he would, God, it's hard to read her writing.
It is difficult to read her crap.
He would not have made it, so the esophagus was damaged beyond helping him, so my heart is broken. I feel bad for it. I had no idea that for one, it was even real, and for two, that it wouldn't be shipped properly. A smaller box should have been used of a much smaller box. But ma'am, if you read this, I'm so sorry. I did the best I could, but there's no way I could have fixed it. And he was shipped upside down. So whoever received the box, that UPS didn't care. No, probably thought it was funny to ship the box or shake it or tip it or whatever. And the turd descended upside down and his lungs were crushed. He fought very, very, very hard fight, and he is now in heaven, and I will take him home, and I will give him a proper burial, and that is a big lesson, I think, for both of us. And now I'm gonna go because I'm absolutely crushed in tears.
That is. What a messed up situation there, though. Okay, I have gotten live, like even spiders in the mail, right? They have to be labeled. They have to be labeled a specific way. They're right about that. I mean, otherwise there's huge liability in there. So that sounds very, very questionable. And to have a rescue pop off with deceased animals, and then, you know, even if they're not handling it, the law enforcement side of it, or fish and game, it's disturbing. I mean, I can't see the way that they describe their lives, their finances, and everything else. I can't see how they could raise animals. I was talking about this the other day. If they say there's 18 turtles. If you just said that they cost $1 a day, let's not even talk food. Let's talk food, upkeep, and everything. If we could do it all for $1 a day average, you're still talking about over $500 a month for those turtles. And that's just for people that, again, they can't manage anything else. How exactly would that work out?
It's a front. It's not real. I don't believe it's real anyway. I believe it's a money grab. And this particular people are questioning about this. This happened 2 years ago, people. It was shipped.
Let's look at it this way too. Okay, if Jeremy Hales, this is since I know we pick up some anti-Hales folks in here. Here's a question I posed to you. if Jeremy Hales was running a turtle rescue and you had all of these issues and all these questions where he was saying he didn't even have money to upkeep his life, wouldn't you have questions about that? Because they are running a 501c3 and people are like, well, it's nobody's business. Actually, it is. It very much is your business because, you know, again, they're asking for public donations. They're asking for all of this stuff. But, you know, we saw when Fish and Game went out there, the conditions were abhorrent. They were cooking some of these turtles. They had a giant freaking pot. And the water hadn't been changed out. The turtles in there were sick. You could see the growth on them, and they had no shade, nothing, you know. And now they're telling people. Actually, they're trying to shame people into backing. I don't know. Did you see that post, by the way? Did you see the 2,000 people here and none of you? You know, no. Oh yeah. So check this. I'll show it to you real quick.
Who put that up?
Oh, Michelle. She put it up. So
no way.
Yeah, check this out. So on her turtle rescue thing, you can see all the blah 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 through here. But here's the lines. There's a few lines that stick out, but this one right here really sticks out to me. There are so many supporters out there, well over 2,000. And she does. They're not supporters, by the way. They're people who followed the page. So she has over 2,000 people following and not one offer of support. So there's no money coming in, she's saying. You know, this is in a post where she's like, oh, we had all of our stuff out of whack. Nothing was right, blah, blah, blah. But we got it right now. Why aren't you donating?
Look in the mirror.
It's just wild. So, but she's trying to, you know, shame all the people that follow.
Well, you know, if she didn't go after somebody just because that person was successful and had money to do what she wanted to do, she might have a reputable charity.
Well, how many people has she blocked that might help? I mean, she has blocked people that it's not just people who would follow a Hales. You know, when she and 2L had their falling out, she blocked an army of those people too. So how many of these folks has she told basically, you know, F you, you know, I don't want anything to do with you. And then she's like, hey, why aren't you giving me money?
Is that why she has like 5 different YouTube channels now?
You gotta wonder. You know, it was really weird the other night. She was using 3 of them to comment. And
at the same time?
Yeah, in the same stream.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She kept switching off accounts. She had 3 separate accounts that she was utilizing. And I thought that was interesting because these are people that tell you repeatedly, and they told the bankruptcy courts too, they only have like a couple of accounts out there. Well, she was using 3 in that one stream. You know?
My God.
Yeah. Hey, give me 1 minute. I'm going to see something. If you want to talk for 1 second, I'll be right back.
Okay. Hi, guys. He wants me to talk. What do you want to talk about? Let me go through. Gemma, I agree with that. Wolf wants to talk about peas. I saw a question earlier about the turtles, but now I can't find it. So I'm sorry. I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. Queen, he'll be right back. Oh, Shine, thank you. Thanks for all the kind words, guys. I'm not in this for the, you know, for any type of, I don't know. I'm not in this for that kind of reason. For the little girl.
They brought you up. You know, it's funny. Last night, the Fats went over a long list of traders, you know, turncoats. They went over this huge list of people that they were essentially trying to call out, you know, because they were no longer backing and supporting them. And it was not a short list. And I thought it was kind of interesting. They like to bring you up. They, of course, like to bring you into the ground, and they want to do that because they're afraid that people that are attached to this, they might actually listen to you. You know, you keep finding you've got all this stuff, and like I told people, it's just like Shara. Man, Shara has so much stuff. She has no idea what
talked with her. We actually messaged back and forth, and her and I are going to get together and talk.
That'd be good, man. Because you know, if y'all brainstorm, God knows. Let's listen to this one.
Okay.
Yeah, Jerome might have an answer to the whole situation. He's going to call me back.
Jerome one, my bad. This one.
The camper is coming tomorrow. I was so upset by it, but it's coming tomorrow, and dozens of people have been messaging me over and over and over about this permit thing. Now they're saying that Lisa held the permit, that she bought the permit in the first place, and that I am the one who let it lapse, and that it's all my fault, and I need to stop blaming her for it.
That's actually, now I don't know about the bought it thing, but they did say, and it is her, I mean, let's be honest, it isn't Lisa's fault that it's her fault for keeping the money back. But ultimately, if Lisa wasn't there, then it's her problem. You know, now the whole idea of money, I mean, essentially they're two different problems. Lynette, she's saying without money, without you, we can't do this anymore. That's its own problem, you know. But it is interesting.
It's kind of split in the middle there, Tug. I have an opinion on that one that's kind of different, because in my opinion, Lisa, she had the crews. She kept telling them that she had the crew to come frame within the time period before the permit would lapse. But every time that they would schedule, something came up. They couldn't come. And the last time was in February, and then it lapsed in March. So Lisa was telling Michelle, I have people that are going to come do this. We're coming on this day. And then that day would come and something would come up. And that happened 3 times that she told me of. So Lisa not only had the money, but she was telling Michelle that she had the crew. John found a crew to do it for $10,000.
Right.
But
yeah,
Lisa said that was too much money and she would not pay it.
Yep.
So I think that was Lisa's way of scamming. She knew that once that permit lapsed, that it's not as simple as going in to get another permit, because there was some kind of new rule where drawings would need to be done. So that was going to be an additional charge. And before the permit is issued, the drawings needed to be approved. So she went out and found a general contractor. He said he would not be the contractor, but he would oversee it for $2,500. She wouldn't approve that either. So it is it's half and half. Michelle should have been riding Lisa. She should have been driving to the villages saying, give me the money, let me go pay for it.
For sure.
But Lisa was giving her false hope.
Well, yeah, I'm saying their whole plan, their issue in this is they're saying that other people have to underwrite their life, and without that, well, then they turtles, child. And again, if that's the case, then if they can't live without that at all, they don't offer anything either. That's another problem. With myself, for example, I run a channel, I do this. We try to offer a service. And if you like that, you can back that, that's as simple as it. Them, they don't do anything like that. They treat you like garbage, even if you do help, actually. They treat you like garbage anyway. I remember what they had to say about, like I said, the Only Me saga was really interesting to me because the way they talked about him when after he had given money, when they thought it dried up, before they thought maybe they could reel him back in. And, like I said, Lisa for sure is to blame in that. And yeah, she did play her about the permit. I very much believe that. I actually think part of the plan too is that right now, they think that Michelle will settle with them for peanuts because she'll take anything that she can get right now. And maybe they're right. Maybe that's why, you know, or again, maybe she's playing them and she's going to try to wreck them later, you know, like she promised over and over. I'm not really sure on that. I know that she was very adamant and she told, you know, it's also in a conversation, you know, that you had transcribed. I believe that, you know, she's talking about, again, I'm paraphrasing here, but I'll play along, you know.
Yeah.
So she's telling, you know, she's telling you that she's going to pretend to get along with these people until it's the right time, and then she's going to go for blood. You know?
And I hope she does.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun to watch.
Yes, it will.
I told her I'd back her in it. But the problem is that this nasty piece of garbage is not going to come in and be like, oh, cyber harasser, my child, when you're contacting me. I'm not going to put up with that shit. When these people are like, you know, we're going to put this big lawsuit together. We're going to sue everybody, Megan, Tug. We're going to do it on behalf of the child. Well, unfortunately, you know, you had this little thing that, you know, we knew about, and I was like, you're not gonna grift and raise money on that idea. I'm gonna tell everybody. Like, what the fuck? I told her that was part of the rules.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put it out there right here, right now, for everybody that's here from that side. The minute that lawsuit hits on any of these people that have been covering this story about emotional distress of Harley, I will be your witness, because I heard where the emotional distress is coming from. And it's not coming from somebody standing on the road and yelling at Harley. It's somebody putting it on the computer, not the computer, the TV in the bedroom and listening. It's on the phone. Emotional distress is being done to that child every day of the week. She hears everything that Michelle says on that phone. She hears everything that John and her talk about. So you want to talk about somebody ruining your daughter's life? Look in a freaking mirror. You troll. Sorry.
No.
I'm gonna back down for a minute.
No, it's true though. I mean, these folks, they're very vocal about wanting to help or do this or do that. Well, God, they should really listen to that in person. I wish Michelle would get on a microphone and actually talk for a few minutes, because what you have, I mean, again, she can't tell the truth, first of all, about simple, I mean, basic shit. You know, she won't even admit that she had conversations like that, even though, you know, everything's AI, everything's a lie. All those threats, those didn't happen at first. Then it went to, well, yeah, maybe she said some stuff about Lisa, but they were just mad. Again, I've never been just mad enough at a pal that I tried to put them in jail. Ever, you know, and called them and said that, you know, they scammed me, you know. Oh, she said that, you know, she was like, I told her, you know, I begged her, please, my money, you know, all of this shit. But they're pals now, you know, and screw all that.
Yeah, they're two-faced, and
they're all liars. It's a den of freaking snakes. Like I said, I don't give a shit if any of these people like me. I don't care. But
I don't want them to like me. I don't want people like that anywhere near me.
No, but I wish they would at least question the legitimacy. These people, they have ever-changing stories. They don't go over anything. They just tell you that, hey, trust me. For example, they said, you know, Jeremy Hales, he ran over 2 dogs. That's what they went on about that for fucking ever. They had proof. They had interviews, all of this stuff. It still hasn't. It's been over a year. No receipts for the bench. No receipts for the fucking fence. No
Yet their followers are there every night. Every night.
some of them are linked in so much. I realize some of the people, especially that gave money, they don't want to admit that they've been taken. But my God, man, you let your dislike for someone like Hale's freaking make you think that these people who don't like him too, you're united in a cause. Well, what's your cause, first of all? Burning this dude's life down? Okay, so you're going to throw in with people, again, you're going to throw in with people like paint chips, the dude who threatened to his ex if she talked to the feds while he had scammed and bilked people out of money, while he used a freaking blind man as the front of a scam. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
disgusting.
It's just crazy. But anyway, let's listen to the rest of this. It just blows my mind sometimes.
Back in a half hour. He's been up all night.
Holy shit.
Doing research.
Oh, wait, the wrong one again. Damn it, I keep hitting that wrong one.
So I posted everything.
I got it right in front of me. I didn't roll it down.
It's all right there. Nobody can say anything. I even posted the sheet that tells us what we need to do in line. Doors and or slab, or first rough plumbing, then the slab, then the doors and windows, then the whatever. It just keeps going from there. And all of that stuff now is documented, and nobody can call me a liar anymore. And if they do, they're stupid.
Well, not only do they call you a liar, but your dumb ass is like linking back up with them. So congratulations, Lynette. Not only did they call you a liar, but it sounds like it was true.
Yeah.
Let's
Good
see.
job.
Let's find another one. Yeah, I mean, she really did a good job with that.
Well, I was just flipping through when you were playing that, and we were talking about the camper thing. And I came across some notes, and we were talking about emotional distress with Harley.
Yeah.
I quoted these. So are you ready, everybody? This is your warning. If you don't want to hear it, then I don't know, do something.
Do something. All right.
So she said she owned the camper. I said, let's see, that's the one that Lloyd had sold you guys, right? We'd already paid 6 months per his rent in lieu of rent. And then she gets in this, I've got screaming here. Get over there now. Oh my God, give it to me. You know what? You're not 2 years old. You're not 2, you're 6. You should be able to put your damn shirt on. And I know your head's a little bit big, so you have to work it a little bit. Put your damn arms in. Always the first. Don't break your damn bracelets. Always the fifth. Now, how do you put your pants on? How do you put on your feet? Ballet point. Sit down. On the bench. No. Hold them yourself. Hold them yourself. That's what the 6-year-old lives with, people. And that was being nice.
Yeah, see, when they talk about the kid and behaviors, I mean, again, a kid will emulate the things that they see.
Oh, wait. Let me get to this other part. Hold on. Now you said pants. You said with underpants. She won't wear them. Do you have your leggings or sweatpants? She's very, very weird. She just doesn't like it. She'll keep that diaper on, take the diaper off, and go to the bathroom. But if I put panties on her, she'll pee everywhere. It's just a tactical thing. It's something. I don't know what it is, but it's something. I'm using cloth diapers too. That's all I'll ever use.
So that's also not how you don't get a child to do things for you that way either. You train a child to do things through positive reinforcement. Hey, good job. Hey, with that, I know, like with my youngest, for example, I talk about, she wants to be a big girl. She wants to be big like her sissy. So, I use that. I use the positive reinforcement off of that for all kinds of stuff. And I tell her how great of a job she's doing. And if she screws up something, then I don't treat it like that. Even if she gets in trouble, like she's done something that she's got to get in trouble for it. You know, you deal with it. She's little. She's only going to remember it for so long. So you deal with that. If she has to time it out or whatever, you know, even if you have to raise your voice to it. But then afterwards, you make sure that you still give positive reinforcement. Hey, you are a great kid. You know, you're a good girl. You just, you made a mistake. You know what went on wrong here, and so on. And with dressing yourself, my Lord, like my littlest one will dress herself by now. Like she picks out her outfit. Now sometimes I have to turn her clothes around, because she puts them on backwards or something. But I mean, she's to the point now that when she was doing this at 5, she'll pick out her own clothes. What outfit does she like to wear? She does a pretty good job of it. But she's figured out she likes she went from, if she made a mistake on it, I would help her with it instead of yelling. I can't imagine yelling at the little one for.
I raised 2 boys.
Something like that.
I have 20 grandchildren. I am 58 years old. I don't have the patience that I had when I was 20.
Right, I understand that.
But I would never, ever scream at a child the way that I have heard her scream to HG. And had I been standing there when she did it, I think somebody would have gotten a whooping and it wouldn't have been the child. Because I don't care who you are. A 6-year-old is a sponge. All she had to do was talk. Get on her level and talk. And I would always say that to her, don't yell, talk. Well, she doesn't listen. Just like the day that she kicked over the burpee. Oh my God, you would have thought she destroyed millions of dollars. It was 5 gallons of water. Tote your lazy ass somewhere and get more water.
Good Lord, man. It's terrible stuff, man.
I'm sorry, I just get...
No, I mean, you can...
And I asked about Grandma. I asked about Grandma. I'm like, where's Grandma? Because there's an open adoption there,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she said, and she put, I put in this conversation, I said, do you still talk to the Grandma Vera? She said, and this is, I quoted this, so these are her words, no, fuck no, she's up Hales' ass. No, that's not the case. She disappeared on the grandma. We put her out of our lives for a very good reason. She's a narcissist. She's a drunk. She's a female drill sergeant.
It's such a mess, though. I mean, it's such a sad predicament. What's the saddest part about all of this is all these people that say they give a fuck, that raise money. So they don't care. They don't care. They don't care on either side. They didn't care that the barn didn't get built. They didn't care about a kid living in a shed. They didn't care about, about all this crazy stuff they see. It's all, they just make up excuses for it. Because they don't like Jeremy Hales. And it's wild that because you don't want to like one person for whatever reason. I don't give a shit if it's the fats telling you bullshit or you just extremely don't like a person. Whatever. It doesn't make these people better,
I mean, it's stupid. I thought the world was going crazy with TDS, but these people we need a JHS or something. They need to stop. There is a child involved here. Leave Jeremy alone. You've done enough freaking damage. Just stop it. They
never stop, man. That's the thing, though. Until, what else do they have? Honestly, the Jeremy's all that, like you said earlier, that's their life accomplishment. Let's continue here.
I guess I'm not allowed to talk on the phone. They made it impossible for us to win in Ohio. No matter what, we're going to be found guilty of contempt.
Hmm.
Along with that guilty verdict is going to be a verdict of me conspiring to kill him.
Hmm.
And there's nothing we can do. We've tried to get other lawyers. We have begged a couple lawyers, and everyone is saying no, they're not going to help us. So it is a lost cause, and I'm at my end, and I don't know what to do. It is devastating. It's horrible. And
so the answer was to throw the other anti-Halers under the bus and to
Yeah.
say that it was their fault. Let's see what these others are. Now, this next one is, again, they say again and again, oh, she didn't try to get and hold a tug. Well, the next one is the one I've been laughing about, where she tried to, you can see the origin of this one. Here we go, check this out.
Tina, is there any way you can get in touch with Tug? And if he has any way of communicating with David R., only me, if you could let me know. I need to know.
See, this is also a violation of the agreement that we're talking about. I told them I would help them go after Lisa. I would not in any fucking way. They have been found guilty, and I believe that they broke I believe they were guilty, first of all, of the protection order. They needed it against them, and I believe beyond that they have broken it numerous times. They continue to. Every time they leak footage, they do this kind of stuff. But for her to even want to ask me for this violates everything that was agreed to. But this is how she is, man. Oh, maybe he's a source of money, yet again, while publicly still talking shit,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, isn't that amazing?
It's entitlement. It's all, and they've gotten away with this for so many years. And it just makes me wonder, have they been successful in the past? Is that how they got this gladiator?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they've been successful, not to this level, not to the extreme, I don't think, but they've been successful in some of the stuff they've done for sure. It's the level of the Hales stuff. This is a next level case. This, which amuses me when I think about the amount of money that Lynette Preston, again, she never got to put her hands on. So this is the biggest bullshit thing that she's ever been involved in, and she didn't get the money. At the end of the day, all our hopes and dreams out there, elevating the property, all of that, off the back of Jeremy Hale's. No, the people they threw in with took the money and they spent it on bullshit.
It's not, Jeremy's money is not hers to take.
It wasn't Jeremy's, it was only me's money. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
that money,
Well, yeah, Lisa got that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the biggest thing they have ever managed. Biggest. They've never had this kind of a success with something where they saw 6 figures rolling in. I mean, that's insane, life-changing money. And Lisa pocketed it. And, she could have done something about it while it was happening, right after it. But no. And now that it's gone and she's figuring out, wait a minute, this stuff will probably be lost in bankruptcy anyway because they're stupid. Now they're trying to link back in and make excuses. I mean, it's just...
It's crazy.
Wild.
It is certifiable.
It's wild to watch.
Is that how she got the French manicure?
Well, it's not just that. I mean, again, I've been to the point where I've had nothing.
Me too. Yep, been there.
I mean, when you're worried about feeding yourself, worried about like how you're going to put gas in the car so you can get somewhere or do something. You've already sold all your rings and everything else. I've been to that point. I've sold out almost everything I've had because I need it, and that's what desperation looks like.
you bought that up, so let me go ahead and put this out here because once they figure out my last name, they're going to start digging. So let me air my dirty laundry before they get a chance to. May I?
Sure.
Okay, when I was a single mom, I had to leave my home and move in with my mother because she was dying of stage 4 lung and brain cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I had to feed myself, my 2 children, my son's girlfriend, her non-related child, my sister. I did say my 2 boys, right? Okay.
Now you have, no matter what you have now.
Well, I had like 8 people I was feeding.
Yeah.
On top of taking care of my mom's medical expenses. I worked 3 jobs and I still couldn't do it. So I had a friend that worked at the grocery store, and I would bounce checks to feed my family. But I would pay those checks off before they got to capia status.
Mm-hmm.
So when they start pulling my background, they're going to find it. I don't care. I'm ashamed I had to do it, but my kids ate. I did what I had to do.
What did you bounce to check? Oh no.
I did. And I got arrested. I got arrested for truancy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's on there.
Truancy? Okay.
Yeah. I was, truancy. And it was really funny because they didn't put the information in on my son. It was actually an administrative error, but I just did the no contest and just let it ride because it was truancy. But yeah, I was locked up for truancy.
Freaking
One day,
truancy.
8 hours.
Woo, truancy.
I'm such a bad girl.
Yeah. Well, here's the wonderful thing. Like I said, one of these people has been locked up. Actually, there's a commonality with the criminal type with these folks. It's scamming individuals. Scamming to the point, like one of them scammed individuals. One of them scammed individuals and freaking companies and more. And I mean, when you look at that should be the warning flag. Again, it's not about background. It's about, look at what these people have done. Look, this money just ghosted. Maybe that should bring up some questions. Because again, you're not in control of $100,000 meant for a quote unquote family in need.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. I mean, it's disgusting, but everybody has a past.
It's amazing too. It's amazing to see. Well, it's just like there's certain people in the chat that'll pop up, and they'll talk about their past, and you don't just look at the past of a person, you look at where they are now. And when I look at like many of these folks, there's no change. They haven't gone and made themselves better. They're not doing good for people. They're doing the same lazy bullshit. They just found a new way to do it. And these people are their marks.
And it's sick and it needs to stop. And
it's amazing. At this point, I have no empathy for fucking people that are now in this. I do from people from back when, but if you've been sitting around and you wake up freaking tomorrow and say, wait a minute, they did steal all of that money. Oh, well, you know what? You've enabled them for how many years now? And when you question that, when you start questioning everything else, holy shit, the epiphany there. So it's very hard for me to have empathy for people that have still sat in there. And they also, it's kind of like they had their mod fallout, right? And I watched them torch their mods, and people were like, oh, well, those people, they're not there. Fuck them. They used to go in and take notes for these folks trying to ruin other people. They sat on their panels. Then it turned on them. And when it turns on them, fuck them, let them have it. I don't care.
Just a couple times that I've been in, the way she talks to Tammy J, she wouldn't talk to me like that.
Oh no, dude. The way she does Tammy J sometimes like a dog. But these dogs know when to heel, apparently. They know. I mean, I don't even understand why. Like, why would you deal with that? They're not your friends. On the internet anyway, like these, well, you'll run across people and you get to know them somewhat, but you accelerate this thing. Like right now, we're talking about all kinds of stuff. The first time we go on stream, we talk about all kinds of things. And sometimes, you're dealing with strangers, but you get comfortable with them, because if this were regular life, it would have taken you 6-8 months longer to talk about some of this stuff. But you talk about the first time you meet people, and you think that means trustworthiness, but it doesn't,
And with her, I have a hard time trusting people, and it took me a while with you, and you know that. And you gave me a Google number, which I was happy for.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, she has never seen me ever. I was just a voice on the phone, and she sent me pictures of the child. I could have been on one of those voice changing apps. I could have been Jeffrey Dahmer. Why would you send a picture of your child to a perfect stranger?
Well, my problem is more, why would you allow some of these people? They have monetized that kid, and she complained about it at one time, but then they, like I said, they reeled her ass back in. They either again got her back in place, or she's playing them.
I hope she's playing them, but
that would be funny. But I mean, she's dumber than mud. Like talking to her,
yeah,
she is, man. It shocked me. And what's bad is listening. When you go through and you hear things, well, you've had John cook around with conversations. Like, she's the smart one compared to them. I mean, he is like, oh my God, he is dumb. It is amazing.
I think, that email you got, he's not the perfect speller from what she was telling me. I wonder if he's your anonymous fan.
Who knows, man? Like I said, these people can be. I think it's funny they brought that up last night, and their first.
Oh, you were telling me last night. Yeah. What did they say about me?
Oh yeah. Oh, they brought up a list of. Well, it hasn't been just last night, but they brought up a list of. I can't remember what they called them, but essentially turncoats or traders, and they went through, and there were quite a few people. I was like, wow, that's interesting. But they've tried to talk a lot of shit. They just want to ruin any credibility that you might have, because they don't want anybody to listen to what you have to say. Because people listen to. That's why things like voice clips and stuff, or these transcripts, they're so important, because when you go through them, then again, we could have like dozens of live streams going. I mean, just the transcripts of the conversations alone that you made. I mean, that's probably
it's gold.
13 freaking live streams right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Freaking gold. Lisa,
it is.
We haven't even scratched the surface.
No, and we try to. I mean, we bring you more and more, but like you were saying the other day, when you first, you were first talking about this stuff, you didn't plan to be like, like screw Lynette. So, you hadn't gathered or garnered anything. I mean, you just, at a certain point, she keeps talking about how she was talking about how she was going to lie in the court.
Yes.
And you're like, no, that's wrong. I mean, she's admitting that's her plan. She's going to lie to the court about what's going on. So.
And I'm sorry, I'm all about the law. That was it for me.
Well, you just couldn't. I mean, and again, they want to make you an accessory to this stuff too. She admits to a lot of bad things. Anyway, let's listen to the rest of this clip since we got it up here.
Oh, if David would help us with legal representation in Ohio. It's getting bad. We have a hearing November 3rd. We've not even been served yet, but we're going to be found guilty. And if we are found guilty of contempt, the contempt includes conspiracy to commit murder on Hales. And we have never tried to conspire anything on Hales.
And I didn't until recently hear when I heard the Shara stuff, that was crazy.
Yeah.
When we heard the conspiracy thing,
Yep. And it's kind of weird that
here we are, the tortoises. I found that one. The tortoises were mine before we became a rescue. So she made a thing for her pets. Here, that's actually on here. Yeah,
I knew it was in there somewhere. I just didn't know what date.
Yeah, run across it. There's a bunch of these.
Well, see, just like, let's go.
The tortoises were mine before I was a rescue. The tortoises, you don't, just because I stopped being a business or a 501c3, all that means is that I can't get anything tax-free. I don't take in donations and I don't whatever. I still feed the animals. I still buy them food.
How?
I still do everything. It just simply means I'm no longer a 501c3. Legally, by tax, I am. It's the name of my business that is halted right now. But
so they were my pets, and then I turned it. That's what she's saying with those.
Yeah, and I don't think you can do that, can you?
Well, I guess you could. It's not the way that they made it look. It's kind of like Tiger King, for example, right? Those are all his pets. Let's be honest, they're his pets. So a lot of these exotic animal owners, the way that they get to ownership is they would do this kind of stuff. So couldn't you do that? Yes, but again, it's not the framework. The framework they're doing, and now where they're doing everything. I believe in the bankruptcy. This is just my opinion. I believe they, of course, are using the turtle rescue to make money, to hide items. Like again, she didn't even claim the ring she's wearing.
Well, yeah, I mean, in John's bank account, if he doesn't have to disclose his bank account in her bankruptcy, the money could be sitting in there.
Could be anything. I mean, let's look at some. Let's look at some super chats. I know I got that letter, but I want to laugh about that. I may do it Tuesday. I want to see. I want to see what's because it's crazy. That person got really. Oh, they were nuts. But they're funny. I mean, I have to say, if they're a troll, they're a funny troll. I like it. So Lisa was trying to say though, when I read that, she's like, he's blaming me for writing it. No, that's actually not what I said at all. I said that it mentions them, but said I don't know who wrote it. It could be a troll. That could be one of these folks. I mean, they're definitely, if you read it, it does make a threat, but at the same time, I don't care. Honestly, I've had enough threats. Most people think that if you get a threat online, if you take it to law enforcement, or you just say you take it to the post office. Somebody said, so I had a person tell me that they were sending me a bomb at one time, like for real, and sent me a thing saying that they had built something. And, that's something you'd think would be serious, right? So I went to the post office. I couldn't, well, first I went to the police. They were like, well, I don't know if it's real or not. I was like, well, that'd be a terrible thing to find out, right? That it's real. So I went to the postal service. I ended up talking to the person in charge, like their postmaster or whatever. And they essentially told me there was nothing they could or would do about it. So they don't do anything. Like one of the things that you see with Hales and Levy County, they're awful about their lack of, to this level. But generally, when you have something like threats, like if they're anonymous, especially, they won't do anything whatsoever.
I mean, look, I agree. Levy County sucks, but
I mean, even beyond, Levy County does. The problem is they know who the parties are. They live across the street, and they still won't do anything. That's typically you know, when you're going to get some interaction. If a person is threatening and they're right there and you have protected parties, that's when you usually have them do something. But
I just don't understand this sheriff. He's making himself open for liability. I mean, if anything, God forbid, anything happened to anybody that is associated with Jeremy and George, it will fall back on them.
that's why I wonder. Remember when the Fats admitted that they had a police? They made it sound like a visit at first, but then they were saying it was a call. Well, I wonder if that's Levy County doing some perfunctory BS, you know, pretending that, oh, well, we did our part. That way, if something does happen, they hope that'll be enough to keep blowback. Because I think they're afraid of the lawsuit, first of all. But at the same time, they're just letting a situation spin out of control. And it's spun way out of control.
It's totally a tornado. And it's going to come back on McCallum. I mean, look, they're giving me hell getting a report.
Yeah, I think that's crazy. You want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, but I don't want anybody to request the FOIA. I want to be the one to do it.
Actually, don't talk about it until you do it, okay?
Okay.
Actually, you know, because otherwise, you go ahead and then you talk about it. Then we'll talk about
Because
how.
I'm not going to let it ride.
Because there's a situation that is just so jacked up. If Levy County has done what they explained that they did, then they need to be put on national blast, because
And they will be.
Oh, I mean, it's just beyond the pale. They need to, I mean, media needs to be contacting everything. I mean, if
You'll know Monday. I'm making my call Monday, and I will have that answer Monday. So if you want to call me before you go on with Megan, you'll have the answer.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting to know. All right, let's hit some super chats. Let's see what people say. You hanging?
I'll hang.
All right. All right, Cindy, first of all, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you. And again, folks, happy Easter. I hope you've had a great one. I hope hanging out with us was fun. Max Lab, thank you for the super chat there. Not a statement on it, but it is indeed a huge statement. Thank you for your backing, brother. Sherry, thanks for the 5 there. Happy Easter to Tug and the Tuglets. Thank you. Well, happy Easter to you, and we appreciate you. Jack's mom, thanks you for the 21 months, man. Happy Easter. Well, happy Easter to you too. You know, I do like your avatar there, by the way. It's cute. Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership, and thank you for being here again, brother. Holidays, every days, always. Thank you, my friend. Say Michael, thank you for the 4 months there. Appreciate that. There's not a statement again. It is a huge statement. 4 months of back, and thank you, my friend. Jack's mom dropped gifto there as well. Thank you, Jack's mom, again. And I appreciate you quite a bit too. Thank you. Wishful She-Devil, thanks for the 20 months. Happy Easter to Tom and girls. Well, thank you. We do appreciate it. And happy Easter to you too. The little one, by the way, she got her game. You remember she came down earlier. She's been wanting to play Minecraft. You know, she can build in it and stuff. And there's a Switch version where you can cut it off from the internet, where she can just basically play without other people, you know, getting involved too, because it's a multiplayer thing. But you can cut it down to which is a no, no way.
You ought to hook her up with my grandson. They're the same age.
Well, I mean, maybe I thought about. Maybe I'll do something like that. I mean, they might have fun, like building together or something. But
yeah, he's all into his Minecraft.
That's funny. Well, she's just getting into it, and she, she'd been building some stuff, and I was like, my Lord, you were really building some amazing stuff, kid. So,
Where'd you go?
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm going to encourage the creativity.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Oh, did you stop hearing me for a minute?
Yeah. You went completely dark.
I went dark. It was a trick, It was a punked episode. That's what I was going for. Ashton Kutcher was supposed to pop out on your screen, It would be really funny. All right, In the Clouds. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, In the Clouds. Appreciate you, my friend. That's awesome too. I always love seeing your avatar come in too. Debbie, thank you for the 2 there. Again, there's not a statement attached, but the statement is in backing. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. 9-pin bowling. What's up? Thanks for the super sticker there. I appreciate those. He said, I love being able to show those to the kids. So those are always valued and appreciated. Venomous Venoms. What's up? Thanks for the 2. Hey, happy Easter. Yeah, it's good to see you, Venom. A happy Easter to Tug, Lug, Bug, Tina, Chat. Indeed. You know, hey, over 2,000 people made it in today, which on a Easter, man, you know, on a weekend period, that's good. On Easter, that's amazing. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting. And I hope, again, that you've enjoyed what we have to talk about. I mean, you know, there's so much stuff to go through. Like, it's just, whew, Tina's still going through stuff. You know, there's just so much. These people, they also, it's fun to lock them in, let them really lock their stories in, you know, let them lie and become comfortable in the lie. And then just kind of shatter it. You know? Kind of like that.
Kind of like a Jenga.
Indeed. Sherry, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships there. Thank you. That is awesome and much appreciated. What's up, Bad Dragonite? Thanks for the 2 there. Happy Easter, Tug. He's risen. Indeed. Indeed. You know, it is it's awesome, like I said, to be able to, you know, to congregate and to do whatever. Just to, you know, we're hanging out talking about these stupid folks, but we're also being able to partake in communion, you know, with one another. So I think it's a beautiful thing. I love that about online. So thank you. Venomous Venom. Also, thanks for the 2. Tug, you made a birthday song. It was on April Fool's Day. Was it really?
Yeah, you missed her birthday.
Oh, well, I'll pop you one off here for sure.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
From both of us to you. Happy
birthday.
May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday. We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
Right.
Okay, you just woke up Dinah. My dog is obsessed with Tug.
That's funny. Yeah, she likes that song.
She does.
That's fun though. You know, it's good that she has something there that she can enjoy too. You know, she can chill out.
Can I tell him the story? Can I tell him the story?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My dog, she's an old English bulldog, so she weighs about 70-ish pounds. Every night when the song comes on, his intro, she hops up on the love seat, gets her little paws up on her armchair, and literally watches Tug and Megan. I have it on video. I've sent it to him. Tug, you've seen it.
Yep.
My dog is obsessed with him and Megan. Okay, I'm done.
That is funny. I love it. You know. Andy, thanks for the super sticker as well. Look, thank you all for super stickers again. The kids love them, so I always like to be able to clip them and show them. So thank you for that, and thank you for support. Cad, what's up? 42 months. Thank you. That's quite a time. Thank you. Happy Easter to Tug and Tina and both your families. Well, thank you. We appreciate you.
Thanks.
He Poindexter, thanks for the 10 there. All these gifts are not donations talk. Reminds me of pledge is donation conversation in a particular court case. Yes, it does, doesn't it? It reminds me exactly of the Heard mess, where she tried to back out and say that, yes, a pledge, well, that is a donation. And it was like, no, a pledge wasn't a donation because it didn't involve giving money. But yeah, it reminds me of these people play semantic games. The problem is, again, they've gotten themselves into a real problem. And they're looking for a way out, but I don't know if they can find one, you know? So, but yeah, it does remind me there. Jack's mom, again, we talked about what was in the kiddo's basket. Thank you, Jack's moms, too. Appreciate you. Mark, thanks for the 5. Give me a second. I got a call. I know I should have coughed right in the microphone. I know, but forgive me. Mark, thanks for the 5. Prison would be like a vacation for her. Well, the way they describe living conditions, especially like if we were, with the Fats, Lord, but with Lynette, the way she describes her living conditions and stuff, well, if any of that were true, prison would be like a vacation, wouldn't it? So
Sadly, the prisoners are better off than she is.
Indeed. Thank you for the 5 there. Appreciate that too. Sassy. Thanks for the 9 months. Lynette has mental issues and needs help. She's a professional victim for sure, with narcissistic, schizophrenic, paranoia, and anger management traits. Some of it, some of the personality traits, I always found personality work. Again, one of the problems with diagnosing is we remote diagnose her. I mean, I think we've gotten to know a lot with her. I've had a conversation with her. So, there would be grounds to at least initially diagnose. But there's a lot more in that too. I think it would be fascinating to go through. But personality is always fascinating me anyway, because with that, you don't just have, you're not talking about like depression or something like that. You're talking about who this person truly is or what they've learned to be. And the personality on her, wow, it is something else for sure. So I'd be curious to be able to just sit down to listen for about, 5 or 6 hours and just ask. I'd like to give her some inventory testing, just to see what would come up. I think it'd be really interesting stuff. Lorraine, thanks.
You might see that. I mean, I honestly think conspiracy theory here, I honestly think that's what John's setting her up for.
That would be wild if that ended up happening, I do. I think that would be weird. Well, to see her set up by John. I wouldn't be shocked by it. Not at all.
I mean, just those couple of months. I mean, it to me, it just seems like if my ex-husband, even if my ex-husband were to do that, oh my God, there's just no. He wouldn't be there. We're missing a puzzle piece somewhere.
Yeah, I definitely feel like something has been left out of the mix. Lorraine, thanks for the 5. Had Tug, happy Easter. Thank you. Also, that song's the best. Outstanding. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I like it. I've liked the last 3, I think, have come out pretty good. That the song's good, and then the visuals have gotten much. Man, it's amazing how much progress we've seen with that front in the last year. It's just amazing. Even 6 months. Sandy, what's up, Sandy? Man, 45 months, Sandy. That's amazing. So thank you very much. It is always great to see you too. Hey there, by the way, and happy Easter indeed. Thank you. Something to bark about. What's up? Something to bark about. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I always love something to bark about. Love the channel. People should check out the channel. Enjoy it. Like I said, just something to cool the jets too, and kind of have a little fun. Appreciate you. Something to bark about. Happy Easter to you. Cindy, what's up, Cindy? Thank you for the gifted membership there. Thank you, Cindy. Hope your Easter has been fantastic as well. Dawn, thanks for the 2 there. Send email, gunslinging, chicken skin eating. Whoa, I just saw that. That is funny, by the way. I did see it. It's hilarious. William, thanks for the 5. Late to the show. I just wanted to say happy Easter, Passover. Well, hey, thank you. Thank you for dropping in there. And I get it. Like I said, I try to run on most holidays just because, if we're here, then people, like I said, everybody does have a place to go. And I know that holidays are a rough time for some people. I know it's a rough time, for so many different reasons. And that's why, as long as I'm able to, I'll try to do stuff like this. But thank you.
I, for one, appreciate it because holidays are hard.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I do. I get it from a personal standpoint, for sure, too. Nancy, thanks for the 5. I think the flea paid off her husband's restitution. It's possible. It's possible. He would have to pay it all back. That's where the money went. I think that would potentially be some of it. But, I mean, they also have done computer-wise. They had new phones, all their new tech they bragged about, plus all their new toys and stuff. I mean, yeah. Plus, we heard about the sniff fail. That's another one. I mean, that stuff ain't cheap, dude.
I wonder how much they pay for that starfish stuff.
I don't know, but for the old sniff, oh, God. I mean, it's like I said, for a weekend, you're probably talking about, a weekend, like just a day or so off of it. They're probably dropping $400 or $500 just on, a Friday, Saturday, Friday into Saturday. It's,
Man, I don't get it. I had to give my medicine back. I don't know how they like that feeling. Ugh.
Well, I mean, regardless on it, I get why people utilize stuff, but the problem is it ain't their money,
Exactly.
So, Polish Spark, thanks for the tune. No, Tug, don't get red is coming out here. Something to bark about. And thank you for the 10 there. Appreciate that. Hey, happy Easter, Tug and Girl. I'm going live tomorrow at 2:30 Central Time. Been healing broken ribs from my bull riding. Hope folks will join me. That's so crazy, by the way. Bull riding. Man,
now, why can't I have a cool story like that? I had to have steps.
Well, yeah, no, you end up like stumbling down and breaking yourself. You get better, by the way, both of you. Something to bark about, and you do, Tina. Why are you trying to break yourself, falling down some steps?
I know, right?
Sheila, thanks for the 10. Tina, I remember you contacted a USP. That's when you and I first met. I still have our message.
Hi, Sheila.
Yeah, you meant USPS. Yeah, I understood what you're saying in there. But yeah, that's kind of wild, knowing that. There's so many layers of this that I didn't realize, And reason not lunatic, not evil. Thanks for the 5. HG is a creditor. Tell Annette then. Get in the Jeep with HG's SSI, right? Well, yeah, if only. She is her guardian, though, so she is allowed to use money if she sees fit, even if it's not something I would personally agree was good. It's not something I would agree is good when they make a down payment on something that is costing them 1/3 of their reported money. That's pretty bad.
She said it was like $700 a month because she was trying to get them to let her not pay for a couple of months and put it at the end of the loan. Why wouldn't you just go buy a little $3,000-$4,000 car?
That's what I said. I have a 2005 Jeep, and I had somebody look it over really well, make sure everything was good to go. It was the vehicle I picked up before. I have an Armada now. I did not buy them new, by the way, but I bought something that I felt more safe. But before then, my riding vehicle was this old Jeep, and the old Jeep cost me, it was either $2,000 or $2,500, and it did really well. I had to put in a couple of things, battery replacement once, and a couple of odds and ends. But if I'm paying $700 a month, I pay for that vehicle for sure within 4 months. That vehicle is totally paid off in 4 months, and
I hate car notes.
Yeah, me too. If I can afford to pay for a car, I'm going to. And I get that, you have to look around and find something. And it may not be something that's amazing to look at. But, I'm going to say if you're living off government dime, that you're not supposed to be keeping up with the Benjamins, as it were. You're supposed to be.
Exactly. I mean, I wrecked out. I saved enough money and I was fortunate enough to come across a Lexus SUV, which I loved. I got it for $6,000. It was an older one, but I loved it. But I ended up flipping it in a snowstorm. It hurt bad. I love that car. And it was around the time when all the used car prices skyrocketed. And I was like, shoot, what am I going to do? Dealerships are buying up everybody's cars. Well, we live right down the street from a dealership, and we got lucky enough to get a 2018 Jeep Cherokee. And I got a note on it, and my car note on it was only $200 a month. It's now paid off, but I could not imagine paying $700 a month for a car and being in that financial situation.
No, well, it doesn't leave you a lot of room for anything. I mean, because like I said, when you factor in gas and you factor in insurance right there, that's 1/3, because, they're reporting around $3,000 a month. And out of that, again, having a car paid off, that goes a long way. Because, they've got, they're paying for the RV. If you're living also, a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck too. I'm not saying anything bad about that. I've been there for sure. I feel like I do that sometimes. I think we all feel like that sometimes. But, when I really felt that bite, having manageable items, it's bad enough, like even on your own vehicle and stuff, you feel like you drown. These people have guaranteed money that comes every month. They have guaranteed food, they have guaranteed insurance. They have all these things that, like, a lot of us, we scrimp and scrape and hope to God we can get. But
that's a mortgage payment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's crazy to think about. But Sassy, what's up? Thanks for the 10. I had to go to court over 3 bounce checks. I was pregnant with my twins because my ex had taken my paycheck account back in '99. I had to pay $3,027.27 for checks that cost a total of $27.27. Oh yeah. Well, that's kind of like, so I was trying, there's an acre behind me that is supposed to be part of the home here, but in the deed when it was listed, it didn't list as part of what we own. So the guy who owned it before, it's still, it's again just a paperwork snafu, but it was still in his name. He didn't know it, so he didn't pay taxes on it. And after 2 years, they want to. They send it over to the courts. So anyway, we got this cleared out. It took me like 5 years to clear this up, by the way. But I think it was $70 in taxes that were owed. I had to pay $700, I think it was, in fees for $70 in taxes. That's, so I hear you. It's crazy. They rack you if they ever get into you. It's mac and cheese. Thanks for the 15 months. Here they're way longer than 15 months. Indeed. Many people aren't. Thank you. The counter, though, by itself, just 15 months by itself is crazy. So thank you. But I just wanted to say Happy Easter to you, family. And Tina, this amazing chat. Well, thank you. That is awesome of you. And bless. Andre, thanks for the 2 there. Happy Easter to girls, Tina, Chad, and Mods. Well, thank you, Andre. Happy Easter to you as well. You folks have been amazing. Let me see if Hales has put up their live yet. A lot of times I don't have them up. Well, yeah, actually, it's up already. Well, it's I can redirect to it already. That's awesome. Usually I can't set up my redirect this early. So that's good. Now we're going to end a little earlier than I would. Well, I thought this went really well. We covered a lot of ground.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. I think it was a lot of fun. So let's see. Let's set the redirect up. Again, appreciate you folks. We still have 1,500 people going through Super Chats. It's amazing.
And I want everybody to know, if you hear anything about me and you question the credibility of what I have, shoot me a message in Facebook. I'll answer you. And again, if you want to email me, bethatdiva@gmail, because I am not stopping. I am not stopping the quest to save that child.
I try to blame Tina for at least half of my problems. So
Blame me.
But anyway, all right. Well, I'm going to end here, folks. I appreciate you. The redirect will come up. And again, happy Easter. I hope you were having a great one. And
I'm a flipper. See that?
Wait. Oh, I saw another
Tina,
one.
you a flipper. Yep. Well, did you see
Rest
that?
in be face, by the way. I sent you a little something funny in the email. I'll check that out too. I'm glad I saw that come in right before the end there. And thank you. Appreciate y'all. See ya.